Now we go to the Michael Knowles bar fight. Now this was filmed last week on Wednesday. Please tell me Michael was hurt. No. Basically, the format of this is Michael has two people that he wants to argue with on. We each give him two or three prompts, and then we argue about them. Now, my silence is deafening. Uh, um, no, it's not an actual physical fight, guys. Now, I was on with Oliver Niehaus. You might have seen him on Jubilee. He is an arguer. He's a debate bro, like I kind of am. And he was very invigorated. And they picked his two prompts. So I kind of sat back for a lot of this and tried to just quip a little bit. Also, if you can't tell, you're going to see that I look super fucking tired because they booked a flight, a red eye for me at like 3 or 4 a.m. So I'm just like not on sleep. I'm like caked in the Daily Wire makeup. And by the way, they took me to the studio and holy shit, like there's just so much money. They just have these like sets, these beautiful sets designed by these Hollywood, literal Hollywood like commercial people. But I want to show you like, which is so funny. This isn't one of them because this is Tucker Carlson. He's not part of the Daily Wire. But when you look at like, actually here, let's just do the, let's do like the Matt Walsh one. No, that yeah, oh, perfect. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is so insane to me. You look at these sets, these beautiful sets designed by a Hollywood set producer, and what's stupid about this is they put on this facade of like, look at my country home, right? This doesn't have a ceiling, okay? There's no ceiling. This is four walls and this is completely made by the way, the person who designs them, I forgot her name, but she's like very kind. I don't think she's very political or anything. Um, to put so much work into this to make it look like the vibe you want. So Brett Cooper said is like it's a cool little, a girl telling it like it is out of her bedroom. And here's the country studio. And there's no ceiling in here. It's a bunch of studio lights. They've got like 30 people on staff making it look good. It's just fake. In the same way that like Tucker Carlson tries to be like, here's my everyman thing. It's like, no, these are multimillionaire people living in their fucking mansions, which are also decorated by this lady. And they come onto their set and they fake their crap and they spew their bullshit and then they go home and it's kind of a game to them. And so these people will shake their hand and be like, oh, that was fun and be cordial with you. And it's like, hey, I hate you. I think you're destroying this country. Um, this is awful. No, there are four walls. It's not a studio audience. It's still a room. Um, Matt Walsh is this one, guys. But yeah, Michael Knowles has set all of this. There's a on his. I actually do want to watch this. Let's go to the Michael Knowles show. Show. Don't knock on wood. I say shot. Um, he no bar fight, bar fight, bar fight. Where's that here? Does he have his intro in this? No, 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 no. Some stupid star. Okay, like yeah, this set. I was on this set. Like this is all fabricated. But like in one of his intros, he like comes up the elevator, and there's no elevator. It doesn't go anywhere. Like this is just a room in a warehouse somewhere that they've spent millions of dollars decorating. Let me see if I can find it because it's like he also the reason I want to watch this is it's like incredibly fruity, and that's fine. Um, but like for a guy who shits on gay people this much, it's a little silly that this guy is as you know fruity as he is. Like nothing wrong with this. But do we have the intro? There. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's watch. This is all
To
this
figure out
fabricated set.
if we are headed for a new golden age or another Great Depression. I'm Michael Knowles. This is the Michael Knowles Show.
Elevator that goes to nowhere, opening up on this set, doing his gay little dance, playing his ukulele, doing his little shimmy. Oh, see, look, I'm surprised they showed this. This is what it looks like. I'm surprised they showed this. It's just a fucking set, there's not a window into anything like this. It's just a room in a place that dumped a truckload of money into. And yeah, it's all just to sell you the illusion of what it is. It's like these people are all just fabricating. So anyway, let's watch. Oliver's very rambunctious, so it's mostly him, and I'm just quipping and looking like shit, and I'm tired. But here we go.
Molly. So just come out and say that.
I might say that.
No offense, your acting is really bad. If you were a better actor, you wouldn't be here doing this bar fight show.
Brock, put me in a bikini.
Stranger Things is not really a kid's show.
Wait, I gotta push back. It's for babies.
Your performance as a homosexual was entirely unconvincing. Welcome to Bar.
Look how like I want to like look how overproduced this is. And I don't mean overproduced like a montage parody, but it's like there's so much money going into this. It's just some people in a bar, but there's a set, there's great audio. There are, again, like I said, like 30 to 50 people on staff, hired security, drivers. They're just drowning in fucking money, and it is insane to me that like this is what like imagine if I had this much money. I wouldn't be making a show like this. I'd be trying to like put it toward a fucking cause, and it just pisses me off. It's like the decadence I see when like I meet rich people and they are just like, oh, here's my pony farm, and here's my like guest house for my maid. It's so much. Real quick, because I just remember this. For those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, something funny happened. I recorded a video of Michael being a huge being a huge hypocrite about bathrooms. This is real. This is from my phone. This couldn't be more blatant. It says women's restroom only. What? Is that Michael Knowles using the wrong dude? This keep men out of women's bathrooms, guys. You can't do that. Hey, it's almost like it doesn't fucking matter. Like who uses what bathroom, you fucking dipshit. And just to, just to make the juxtaposition, Nancy Mace should not be defending reality and the rights of women on Capitol Hill alone. Tag your congressman here to tell them or her to keep men out of the women's bathroom. All right, buddy. What are you doing? But it's just so silly to me because it's like, they have all these pretenses of like the sports thing or like, oh, don't do puberty blockers on children. And it's like, okay, well, then why are you advocating for people not to be able to use the bathroom of their choice? Like, you're ridiculous. Also, real quick, I saw it because this was a post next to it. I called Blair White a dumb bitch because she doesn't understand tectonic shift. She thinks that fossils on the Himalayas are evidence of the Great Flood from Noah, and I just saw that the post was unavailable, so maybe she blocked me, but no, she didn't. Okay, not yet. All right, let's get back into it. Watch this overproduced crap.
Esteemed lives.
Oh yeah, that's a good point, Icy Roo. 30,000 views. Michael, how many subscribers does Michael Knowles have? Is it millions? No, not Twitter. 2.6 million. And like, what's this viewership, right? Like, again, I don't like to brag because like I am getting support because I have a dedicated audience of you guys who like my videos. But like, what is this? Why does this man with almost 3 million subscribers only get this many views? Like, the only thing I can think of is botting, or like the other thing that happens here is when there is some sort of like audience shift. And this is not to shit on Hutch, but like Hutch is an example of this, where like for years and years and years, he's a gamer. People are subscribing for Call of Duty, right? And then he switches to politics, and it's like, okay, like you have a bunch of people left over from the 2010s who subscribe for Call of Duty who don't watch you anymore, that still subscribe because they've never unsubscribed. Now you've got your dedicated political audience, so the disparity between subs and views here makes sense. He's primarily streaming on Twitch, and when he does stream, he's talking about politics, so the Call of Duty people don't watch. But the fact that you have a 3 million subs and like an average of like 30, 50, 30, 60, like what is this? That's insane. These people are it's just fabricated, and they don't really take it seriously. Anyway.
On topics chosen by you. Our first guest, you may know as the Soy Pill Online.
Yeah, like I know you identify as white, Michael, but you could pass as some sort of Southern American.
Hill, they are a citizen! You think the Constitution only applies to citizens, yes or no?
Our second guest, master debater, recent...
Oh, funny thing here. When they're reading our names, they read my full name when I specifically asked them not to. Now, thank God they've edited it out here, but they did read my whole fucking name. And That's not okay. I'm glad they edited it out. I don't really like leaking that.
That would be
Oh, also, just to be clear, which is really funny, I do want to just, shatter any illusions, right? It's like, hey, why are they filming us coming into the bar? No, the bar is down there, like on the floor that we're coming up from, but they have a camera crew of 6 people or 5 people filming us on the stairs so they can get the cool intro shot, walk up the stairs and smile at the camera and spin the hat, and it's like, oh, I did I did Mog pretty hard here. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that spin. Yeah, you're gonna take me not seriously? Absolutely not. Why would they say your full name? Well, they have their full name because I have to give it to them for the NDA, and they book the plane tickets out. Speaking of how rich they are, holy shit! I know we're never gonna get through this video because I want to talk about this fucking evil Republican machine. But they paid for my flight, and I like imagine. I want you to guess, guys, in chat, flying from San Francisco to Nashville. How long do you think this would take, and how much money would? Sorry, not how long. How much money do you think this is? San Francisco to Nashville, Tennessee. Before doing this, I would have guessed round trip. I don't know. Booking short term, $200, $400, right? Let's look. All right, Googled it. Here's a bunch of flights. We got 500, 400. I'm a little off, and this is last minute, right? They booked me a $1,200 plane ticket. Not first class, but just because they're like, fuck it, just, here's all the shit. Don't worry about the money. We got it. And this is like the amount of money these people have. It's just like, it's not, if I had a show, I would organize and book church to fly out to my studio, which I don't have, and talk. But it's a employee that they pay for like $60,000 to $100,000 a year booking a ticket for me and paying like triple market value. Like, it's fucking disgusting. Anyway, all fabricated. This is not where the bar is up here. It's down there. They just said go walk up the stairs and sit here so we could do our nice cool shots. So
Michael, but you could pass as some sort of Southern American.
Until they are a citizen. You think the Constitution only applies to citizens, yes or no?
our second guest, master debater, recent graduate of Oberlin College. That would be Oliver Niehaus.
I've been saying Niehaus. That's how you would say it in German. Maybe you're saying it wrong.
Now here is how it works. We will be debating 3 of the most controversial topics of
Oh, last preface here. So we give him our topics. He chooses 2 of the 3 we picked. Then the way the format was supposed to work is that we each read our topics and the bar cheers for which one they want to debate. Now, you're in a redneck bar in Nashville, so they're always going to pick Michael's topics. So Oliver phrases them like, Trump is more corrupt than a Somali daycare, or something like this, which is true. And none of them would cheer for this. So instead, Michael's going to read them, and he like switches them around. He's like, Somali daycares are more corrupt than Trump. So that they'll pick something else. My 3 topics were vaccines are good, Donald Trump's economic policies are a joke, and cigars cause cancer, because of my famous like back and forth with famous, I'm saying obviously tongue in cheek, but I did talk to Michael in Berkeley and I said cigars cause cancer, and he's like, do they? Can you name a study? And I'm gonna full screen it, don't worry. His producer told me why they didn't pick that one of the 2, because Michael picked the vaccines and the economy, and then the audience didn't pick either of my prompts, so I did all this studying for fucking nothing. They picked both of Oliver's and one of Michael's. But why didn't they pick the cigar one? I'm like, oh, I know why you didn't. I told him, because it's gonna hurt your bottom line. And he's like, well, no, we didn't pick it because it's true and it would be a boring debate. It's like, oh, okay. So behind the scenes, and this is what's so annoying, it's so clearly a joke to you. You acknowledge that you're selling a product that gives people cancer. But when you go in front of the audience, you're going to pretend like they don't, and like, try to obfuscate and dodge and do this bad faith crap because you don't want to hurt your bottom line, but also because you want to sell this like, oh, look at me, cigars are cool. So yeah, these people are ghouls. Anyway, let's go.
The bell rings, we duke it out for that round, and then our friends in the crowd can come up to the microphone and pick a fight with any of us.
This is Ben, by the way, really nice guy, very kind to me. Now, unfortunately, a Republican. And this is what I mean when I'm like, yeah, they're all cordial behind the scenes. I don't know how passionate these people are about politics. Like, maybe they have conservative views. This guy's clearly conservative. But, you're wearing a jacket promoting cigars that kill people. You are supporting the Trump presidency, either, holding your nose or willingly and happily. it's so weird to me that these people like act like it's a game, and when the cameras are off they're like, oh cool, buddy buddy, and I'm like, haha, like I'm happy you're nice to me and there's a power dynamic because you invited me out here and I don't want to get in your bad graces, but like, fuck dude, like you're ruining the country and you're treating it like it's a game and a joke.
But do not wait, because there is a time limit for each
I think this is
round,
another producer.
and anyone who comes up to the mic can win special prizes and a seat at our VIP section, sponsored by...
That is so smart, Borzy. I should have done that. I should have said, Michael Knowles hates Trump supporters because he's selling them products that will kill them.
Redneck Riviera whiskey. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
I have
I didn't. That's such a funny cut to me because it's like, are you ready? And I'm just here like, I'd look so dead here. I've been up since 3 a.m. I'm fucking out of it. I'm not ready.
I have the topics right here. It is round one. Now I'm going to read all the topics. All of them.
Did I drink? I don't look or I don't drink at all. I'm sober.
By my esteemed guests.
I had a coffee.
I'm
Oh, and I think they probably didn't edit this out. I haven't watched this yet. I was there, so I didn't watch it, but I doubt they edited that out. I drink gaily on purpose just to see how many people would get upset or if Michael would point it out. But like they gave me a straw with my latte, so I go like, like do like a little like tepid like.
I'm going to try to make it unclear who picked which.
You know, you can get Grok to make him into like a bikini girl, right?
That's true. Grok, put me in a bikini. Editors, put me in a, do not put me in a bikini. First topic, Netflix turned Will gay. Second topic, keep them in your mind, there's a bunch of them. Second topic, vaccines are bad. Third topic, gay marriage is totally fake.
Oh.
I look Mormon?
Homophobes in the audience, okay? Fourth topic, the Somalis are more corrupt than Donald Trump.
So this is Oliver's. It's the Somalis are more corrupt than Donald Trump. He said Donald Trump is more corrupt than a Somali daycare.
All right.
Wait, oh my god, yeah, bro did realize he said something woke. Like, he's joking. He says, Grok put me in a bikini, but like that, Michael, you're not beating the gay allegations.
A lot of Somalis in the audience. Fifth topic.
Oh, you know who else was here? And this just reminded me. I don't know if they'll show her in the
surprised.
audience, but who's that like Gollum-looking girl from the Tim Pool show? Do you know what I'm talking about? Is it Mary Morgan, I want to say her name is? Yeah. She was there. She was just there. But she was just in the audience with her, her ghoulish, spouse or whatever. Just thought I'd point that out.
Is awesome. And sixth topic, Trump is right. White people were treated very unfairly after the Civil Rights Act.
Right. So I studied so hard for the vaccines thing, for the civil rights thing, like just talking about like all of the historical injustices, like how bad, like statistically things are still for people of color. I studied super hard for vaccines and like why they're so good and like why rushing them was not skipping the phases, but actually we did them in parallel and pre-approved them. Like so much cool stuff that I learned and I liked learning and was completely useless because these dipshits voted for all the like, the fun ones. Like
People are here from the civil rights movement. That's you guys were there for that. That's a little concerning.
I guess it's the Somalis, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
she looks like Luna
Whose
Lovegood.
topic is
Yeah,
it?
if
I
she
believe
was
that's
evil.
fine, although
Okay,
it's not
phrase it
exactly
however
Right, okay, so his topic, right? So I'm like, all right, cool, I'm just gonna sit back and let you rant.
Fine.
Yeah, that's not quite how I phrased it, but that's totally fine. My prompt was that Donald Trump is more corrupt than a Somali daycare center. So
What's
that's
your
something I was going to bring up there. My argument basically is, we need to focus on the fact that if we're talking about fraud specifically or corruption, you can't really claim to care about whether or not there's a daycare center that has kids or not. I think Nick Shirley did a pretty terrible job trying to uncover that fraud, considering he walked in there with a camera and was like, show me the kids. And they were like, no, we're not going to let you into a daycare center with a camera and your film crew. And
2
he
hours
cried,
before they opened.
and then he cried fraud. So I think that's a bit ridiculous here, and I think it's also very important to focus on where the fraud is here. So let's focus on some of this Somali fraud.
Look at how many camera angles there are. Look how over fucking produced this is. Jesus
so let's
Christ.
talk about Trevor Milton, who defrauded his investors.
I need to next time I go on a show, I gotta look like I'm not totally checked out and tired, where I'm just like, I gotta hold frame and like yes, and look directly at the camera and mew. All right, that's what we're
costing
learning,
tens
guys.
of millions of dollars. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison. Oh, he's not Somali, and Donald Trump pardoned him last year. We can talk about Paul Walchek, who stole over $7 million from his employees' paychecks. He was sentenced to 18 months in prison.
Oh yeah, so he's comparing Somali fraud to all these people that Trump pardoned, right? Um, he just has a bunch of notes, and I did this a little bit to poke fun at him, but you'll see what happens.
Also pardoned last
'Cause he
year by
just
Donald
keeps
Trump.
reading
He's
people.
also not Somali. We can talk about Michelle Fiore, who stole over $70,000 meant for a memorial to fallen police officers and spent it on herself, including her own cosmetic surgery. You guessed it, Donald Trump pardoned her last year. We can talk about Lawrence Duran, who ran the largest Medicare-related fraud scheme in history. Yeah, there are a few more.
There's a long list.
It's a long list here. He led
A
the
lot of
largest
bad
one
people,
there.
yeah.
We can talk about filibuster.
I really wanted to get on with it. I'm like, I think you made your point.
Reformist who orchestrated the biggest criminal Medicare scheme in history, over $1 billion in fraudulent claims. We could talk about David Gentile, who defrauded.
Ringo Flingos. Ben was a cool dude. We talked for a bit. Were you there? Oh, are you Eucharist's friend?
Over 10,000 investors of over $1.6 billion. Donald Trump pardoned him just last month. Okay, so if we want to talk about fraud, if we want to talk about corruption, you can't talk about them unless you talk about the fraudster and sheep.
Yeah, so Oliver is like doing his like bombastic shtick here. Not really a fan of it, but I get it. And like he's just trying to show like, look how ridiculous you are, which is fair. Extension clear $5. Thank you. I'm confused. Is Michael Knowles gay or not? Like the stream, keep it up. I think he's like a little fruity. I don't know if he's actually gay, but like for a guy who is straight, supposedly, who has a wife and kids, he doesn't act very super straight, and that's fine. Again, I have no issue with this. Everyone's just like, stop hating on gay people. So your workout video changed my life. Genuinely, I appreciate that. That's really what I wanted to do with it. So thank you, Punctual.
Which is Donald Trump. So I think it seems to me that conservatives and people on the right don't actually care about fraud. They only care about fraud and corruption when it's committed by an immigrant.
Me when I heterosexually tap dance on a table while holding my martini.
A person of color, or someone who's part of the LGBTQ community. Because it's not really that fraud is what you're against. You don't like Somalis. So just come out and say that. Just come out and say that.
Okay.
Don't pick up this whole scheme about that.
I might say that.
Yeah, well, there we go.
Like, haha, I'm joking. He probably hates Somalis.
That would be a little bit more honest there.
So your argument.
Oh, this is a content creator. She was there with Oliver, and we hung out a little bit after. She's cool. What's her name on TikTok? Luna. Sorry, I'm just trying to plug people that I met. Give me a sec, guys. I don't go on TikTok. She made like an Oliver Stan video, which is like how they connected. Oh my god, why does TikTok autoplay? This is so stupid. Let's see. Followers. Why are so many people following? I haven't posted on TikTok in like 8 years, and now people are like, oh, it's the Tuk Tuk Sound on TikTok. Her name's Hannah. So yeah, she's cool.
Is Trump is more corrupt than the Somalis.
Correct.
Because he used the pardon power for these people.
Well, not just the pardon power. We can talk about many other things.
Let's take that. Let's take
sure,
that.
We can talk about yes, absolutely.
So surely you would agree there's nothing corrupt about a president using the pardon power, which he has the absolute right to do.
I didn't say he's corrupt because he used the pardon power.
Well, you said he's corrupt.
I'm saying
here's
he's corrupt.
all my evidence.
Hold on.
Yeah, so Michael's really bad at debating. He's gonna make an even worse analogy or argument here, but the fact that he's like, what you're saying is Donald Trump pardoned corrupt people, which is something he's allowed to do, and it's like, yeah. So like that doesn't mean it's not corrupt.
Pardoned people who did corruption. If you pardon people who do corruption, then you're pro-corruption.
Okay, do you think Bill Clinton pardoned over 450 people, including 140 people on his last day in office, including many financial fraudsters, billionaire tax evaders, his drug addict brother, which has a resonance later on for Joe Biden?
This did not feel real. I was very much in a dream right here. I'm nodding off.
Yeah, not a good idea. I don't think Joe Biden should have done that. Yeah, absolutely. I do think Trump is unique in the way.
Paladin, I will post this on the Soy Pill Streams channel, which you should all go subscribe to, because I know all of you aren't subscribed to it. It's literally linked on my channel, Soy Pill Streams, and I'd be surprised if all of my 3,200 subscribers on that channel, 800 of you are here. I would be surprised if that was the case.
That he does this, and also we could talk about crypto, and Trump literally starting.
Oh, this is interesting. I really wanted to talk about the crypto thing, and Michael dodges the fuck out of it.
World Liberty Financial and investing and getting hundreds of millions of dollars from that exact meme coin that he came out. And then if we want to also talk about pardons, and he pardoned Chang Jiangpeng, who
see, like Michael's Oliver's gish galloping here, which is fine. I get why he's doing it. He's probably a little nervous because everyone is when you're in front of a crowd. I think he should be focusing on one of these because like all of these are like kind of impossible to defend, and so I like that Michael picks one off.
Committed that fraud and was also invested in World Liberty Financial. So there's like
Well, if you want
so many elements to
so
this.
you mentioned the crypto. Trump has some meme coins and other crypto holdings.
Correct.
Is your claim that Trump's crypto business dealings are fraudulent or criminal?
Well, I think yes, in that they obviously violate the emoluments clause of the Constitution. We can talk about the fact that Jimmy Carter.
You got to stop wearing the hat in public. It makes you look like a sped. Look, guys, I know you all know who I am, but it's part of my brand, and I can't get away from it. And I like looking like a sped because I otherwise would mog too hard, right? I got to nerf myself. But it was so funny because I was out in public and someone didn't recognize me, and that's fine. I'm not expecting people to. But like I literally this happened. I went like this, and I like put the hat on, and they're like, "Oh, you're the soy pill," and it was literally like fucking Clark Kent glasses, like oh, you can't tell who I am even though my face hasn't changed at all.
Required to sell his peanut farm before he became president, yet Donald Trump is able to hold on to or loosely pass off all of his business dealings to a very immediate
platypus moment. Oh my god, yeah, that is the pair. Like a normal white guy, the soy pill.
Family, and that's somehow not corrupt.
Two questions. So you mentioned that the crypto thing might be illegal.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see if you could cite a law for that. But on the emoluments point, the courts have ruled 3 times on Trump potentially violating the emoluments clause. What has the court said?
The court on the emoluments clause?
Yeah.
You can let me know. Which court specifically, Michael?
Well,
ruled
twice
on
the
this?
Supreme Court and once the appeals court.
Tell me about it. I'm sure, Michael, that
We did
they
not
said
talk
it was
about the
totally
Epstein
legit
files.
and fine, the same way they said that Trump can break the law and have no consequences for it whatsoever
No,
in any
so
official act.
There have been 3
that's great.
there have been 3 emoluments cases.
Okay.
The Supreme Court dismissed 2 of them
Okay.
in an unsigned order, so it could have been unanimous. And then they couldn't rule on the 3rd one because an appeals court already dismissed that. So every time the libs have tried to get Trump on emoluments, it's been completely thrown out.
Do you
and you
think
can't
then,
cite a law that he broke with crypto.
Do you think then that the president should be able to have business dealings while in office that directly conflict with his roles as president?
What is Danny Putty talking about?
In terms of whether it comes to upcharging the Secret Service for staying at his own property,
Take a little gay drink
on the taxpayer's dime,
The
or many other
accounting
things
issue
like
with that was already resolved. There was no admission of guilt, and there was no criminal proceeding
Hold on,
whatsoever.
just because there wasn't criminal proceedings against something, do you mean that nothing wrong happened?
No, I'm saying it's not corrupt. Which is your claim.
Yeah, to be fair, like the only way for me to get a word in here because Oliver is being really, rambunctious, is to interrupt him, and I didn't want to. Like Michael tries to turn us against each other, so I'm just like I'm not going to let him do that. I'll just let him go, and then when I can get a word in, I will.
I think someone has to be convicted of corruption in order to be corrupt.
Well, I think corruption has a meaning, and corruption revolves deceit or fraud. And in particular, when we're talking about political office, we are talking about crimes. We have a way to adjudicate whether or not a president's committed a crime. Trump has not been found guilty on any of these fronts. Now, before we end, I think it is worth pointing out, we've talked a lot about Trump, and there's no evidence he's engaged in any corruption. However,
no evidence he's good. Notice like how he dodges here. There's no evidence he's committed corruption. First of all, corruption isn't necessarily illegal. You could be corrupt, like, I don't know, giving millions of dollars to Jared Kushner, not divesting from your companies, or having a crypto coin which you use your position of power to scam your audience. These are all corrupt things, and just because they're not found corrupt or criminally liable or racketeering or whatever in court does not mean it's not corruption. So very interesting there.
Who have committed, by the most conservative estimate, $1 billion in fraud, potentially up to $9 billion in fraud, merely on
Wait, are you citing
program?
the number of Nick Shirley in the back of a car just adding up numbers and not understanding anything?
No, I'm happy
from
to
the like illiterate journalist. Is that what we're talking
let's
about?
Go through the numbers.
No, I think hold on. You hold on.
The numbers.
What I'm challenging you is you completely have moved on.
I do like this because I finally get a word in. Michael's such a fucking pushover. Like you could just talk over him, and all of his comments are complaining about it.
From the crypto point by trying to talk about the emoluments clause, and you've completely
he brought up the emoluments clause.
Yes, but you've completely brushed over the fact that Trump has started a coin that is completely worthless, had all of his supporters buy into this, and then rug pull them for hundreds of millions.
Worthless, obviously, your claim is that he's enriched himself through it, so it obviously has value.
It's worth.
And you can't cite a law that he broke.
It's worth nothing. I didn't say
but
it was illegal.
You're trying to get off the Somalis.
No, I'm trying
to get off the Somalis.
Get off of the emoluments clause so you can talk about the crypto coin and how much it is insane that he said, "Hey, give me millions of dollars for this worthless coin."
What law did he break?
I didn't say anything about illegality. I'm saying this is corrupt and this is fraudulent.
Broke a lot
is it not fraudulent that Donald Trump stole millions of dollars from his supporters?
It's not fraudulent at all. There was no fraud. There was no deceit whatsoever.
Was it corrupt?
And it's still
was
valuable.
it for corrupt to use his office and his position of power to steal millions of dollars?
He wasn't
from
in
supporters?
office when he started the coin.
He wasn't in office when he started the coin. First of all, it was like a week before inauguration, a few days, but it's like, well, he wasn't in office. And I bring this back to him. I'm like, what a fucking bitch out of an argument. International spying, $5. They should have given you Soylent to keep you awake and engaged. Well, they tried with the latte. Maybe there's soy milk in there.
His popularity from being in office.
His popularity from being in office? Yes. Do we really want to go down that road with
just
Barack
to be clear,
Obama and Joe Biden?
Your defense
hundreds of millions of dollars.
Well, it was 2 days before the inauguration, so it's okay that he stole the money,
He wasn't in office.
Yeah. Okay. That's just to be clear about it. Your defense is he wasn't in office. It's fine to steal money from his supporters.
Private citizens, especially one of the most successful businessmen of our lifetimes,
can make money. Here is that his supporters are stupid, and it's fine because Trump
never
was
made that
president
point
at the
at all.
time. Yeah.
On your point though, before the bell rings, because you were cutting me off on Somalis because you don't want to hear it, the Feed Our Future scam was the largest fraud of COVID, of the pandemic. $250 million in that alone. $100 million of fraud.
You can tell I'm tired because I'm not mewing. My jaw is completely relaxed. You can't see my sick chiseled jaw. I'm just okay, Michael.
Of fraud when it comes to daycare, $14 million of fraud already admitted to by a Somali.
Wait, they weren't in office,
when it comes to autism.
These Somalis weren't in office?
No, they're in our country.
No, they weren't in office.
And we're going to kick them out. Okay. Questions from the audience?
Hey, everybody. I really want to know.
Wasn't Melania coin started when he was in office? I believe so.
Yeah, sure. We don't like Trump. That's what you're saying. But is there something wrong with...
You looked like Goob from Meet the Robinsons. I get that a lot. It's because of my eye bags.
Simply more deeply investigating the Somali fraud, but also just fraud in general in the Minnesota area. Because
there's nothing wrong with investigating fraud, but you look at the way that the Trump and his administration has the whole Doge scandal and how they found nothing, they convicted no one, and wasted a ton of money. I don't trust the current administration to look into fraud when they themselves.
Doge scandal?
The scandal of that they are not able to find any fraud, and they spend millions and millions of dollars, and it's complete waste. That's the scandal.
First of all, Doge was not tasked with finding fraud. That was part.
Doge was not tasked with finding fraud. What an interesting thing to say when, like, literally that's all they said. They need to make the government more efficient and find the fraud. Waste, fraud, abuse. How many times do we hear that? And he just completely pretends like it's not true.
Waste, fraud, and abuse.
Doge was tasked with
waste, fraud, and abuse.
Waste, fraud, and abuse.
I'm sorry, was that not what Elon Musk came up with? He was going to find the government.
So you're saying...
Thank you for the $5, Tinfoil Freak. Enter. Enter what? Enter? Like hit the enter key? Enter. Not doing anything, sorry.
They didn't say waste, fraud, and abuse 100 million times.
No, it's literally their motto of what they had.
Department of Government.
You pivoted away. That's not actually what I asked.
North Korea is a democratic republic, so I guess it's fine, right?
It's true. This is what they're named.
It's in the name.
The presents are from Santa.
The task of it was to streamline spending and to reduce spending,
and
even that which was not fraud.
And to find waste, fraud, and abuse.
Yeah, some of it was fraud, yeah.
Well,
which fraud? What stuff did they find? Because they didn't actually find fraud. What they found is somewhere like USAID.
What the fuck? Why is everyone saying enter? What is happening? What enter what? What's... Am I being gaslit right now? Enter what? What? Stop. What does that mean? I'm hitting enter. What do you want from me? Exit. What the fuck? What? What? Someone explain, or I'm gonna ban every single person. I'm gonna chat ban. All right. Thank you, Rick, for the $5 to say enter. What the fuck? Is there a guy behind me? What do you... What? Imagine not getting it. I'm gonna Alt F4. I'm gonna Control Delete. I don't know what's going on. No, stop. $5. Get that grift. Thank you. Enter. Thank you. Extension clear. $5. Enter. What the fuck is... hold on, I have to scroll up a chat. Tinfoil Freak just said enter, and now you're all just spamming. What is, like, I feel like if my like address was on screen, this is what would be happening. It's like, Soy, here's $5, your address is on screen. But now you're all just it's just like, this is the new type 1. It's enter. What the fuck? Thank you, Mark Wazowski, for the $2. All right, I'm playing it. Enter from TDG Man 2012. Thank you for the 5. Enter. I'm playing it. I'm playing. Play.
Yeah, like
press and play.
Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna. Yeah, of course.
Thank you, Toast Joe, for the $5 for the line break.
They were literally putting on transgender ballet.
That's a real example.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on? Stop. No, stop wasting money on stupid super chats. Thank you for the $5 international spying. Enter. Thank you for owlishness. Hey, how's it going? For saying backspace, bro. Just enter. Enter what? By the way, guys, this is like the most TF2 moment of a stream, and I play TF2 on stream where it's just like, what is happening? Like that's why I love TF2, and that's why I love you guys. Thank you, Funyord, for the 2 bros just enter.
100%.
So what if
Bro.
we just go like this? We say, okay, hear each other. Let's move forward and try to focus. Let's actually try to
They
find
see,
the
look, this is an attempt at a joke. Thank you, DRC, for the $2. Enter D's nuts. Thank you, Baga, $10. Enter. Fucking goddamn it!
right fraud. Let's try to
Right
figure out
after I say
together
this is
as
how
a
you do
unit,
it,
because
guys. We're trying to learn about politics. All right, okay. Get it all out of your system. As many enters as you want. Go ahead. Enters. I call page down. Thank you, Dose Joe, for the $5. You're just. Hey, son. You said you're a streamer. I'm not fully sure I understand it. Can you explain like something about something you do when you interact with an audience? Oh well, here's me trying to watch a performance I did with this prominent political voice on the right, and here's my chat just typing out the names of keyboard keys for like 6 minutes and giving me money so that I'll read certain instances of the same spelling of the keyboard keys. Are you proud of me, Dad? All right, we're going back. We're gonna watch the political thing.
Yeah.
Let's get your enters
Guys,
out. All right,
So
just
what
get
if
them
we
all
just
out
go
of
like
there.
this? We say, okay, hear each other. Let's move forward and try to focus. Let's actually try to find the right fraud. Let's try to figure it out together as a unit. Because
Wait, are you just guys, please just spam enter. I want to read. This is how I feel right now. All right, this is me. I'm just. I hold on. For the next stream, I'm going to get enter on like a on a. You know what? I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna mute my mic. I'm gonna be back in 2 minutes. I'm gonna record myself saying enter, and I'm gonna turn it into a chat sound for when you super chat. Because right now it's me saying oh yeah, which I haven't turned off. I gotta turn that back on, but I'm gonna change it. Thank you, Blaza, $2. While true print enter. Thank you, Funyard, again for a retina. One sec, guys. I'm gonna mute my mic. Oh, sorry, I was muted. Thank you, Tinfoil Freak. Is that really why it happened? Is that why the enter thing, the enter debacle? This is a new meme in my community now. I hope you know that. Like this, you've started like the new type 1 in the deep state. Give me a sec. I'm muting myself. One sec. Be right back. Enter. Enter. All right, I'm unmuting, guys. I recorded this in Reaper. Which do I use? There's type 1 for 1 and 2 for 2. You're gonna hear both of them right now. Enter. And this is 2. Enter. That's gonna play when you guys super chat. Which one? Maybe I'll make it a little reverby too. One more time. 1 or 2. Oh, I'm gonna put the poll in chat. Jesus Christ, this is like the most chats I've got per second because you don't have to think about what you type. You just have to type enter. Start a poll. How do I start a poll? All right, start a poll. 1 or 2. 1 enter or 2 enter. You can stop typing 1 or 2, okay? 1, 2. All right, we're gonna play them one more time. This is number 1. We're doing it like a like an optometrist. Enter. That's number 1 and number 2. Enter. Number 1. Enter. Number 2. Enter. Last time, number 1. Enter. Enter. Number 2. Enter. All right. I'm gonna export this. Open it up in Sony Vegas. Now you can see, actually. Look at this. This is me rendering. This is how you do it. Actually, I don't want you to see my folder structure. You'll see all my loli or whatever the fuck happened to that. Didn't some guy have like a text page open and he had like child porn or something insane, like in this like text file, and now he's like completely screwed. Let's see. Can I open Sony Vegas without it popping up on screen? Stop the count. Oh my god! Wow, it literally is like a 50-50 split right now. Vosh moment. Yeah, exactly. It's a Vosh moment. All right, hold on. I got a couple more of these I got to read while I render this. It'll take 3 seconds, but the giant enter Flavor Flav chain. Oh yeah, I'll sell that as merch. Thank you for the 5. Get that griff again. $5. Enter so last year. Need a dispenser here. Need a dispenser here. Need a dispenser here. Oh, did you send it twice? Griff, you sent it twice. Try to refund one of those. I don't know if you can. Um, I'm gonna add reverb. This is the God, we were supposed to watch something. All right, end the poll. Who won? Who wins? You can see how I work behind the scenes. Enter a verb, come or go into a place. Thank you for explaining what the word means. All right, create project, file, import. Oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna do this over here so you guys can. I don't want to accidentally leak something weird on my folder structure like my full last name. All right, bam, bam. All right. So which one did number 1 or number 2 win? Number 1 is at 55%. We're doing enter. Okay. So this is how I edit. You get a little glimpse into this. Enter. Delete that. Delete that. Enter. And let's see. Can we put a little reverb on this? Let's see. Vegas reverb. That's preserve duration if we can. Rich Hall. Enter. 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 Guys, I know number 1 won, but I enter. I kind of want to do 2. Let's see. Enter. Okay, one more time. We're going to do the poll one more time with the reverb. All right? Because I think it sounds a little different. Let's see. Close the poll. I think 2 is funnier, but we're doing it right one more time. All right? Enter 1 or 2. Because now you can hear it with the reverb. Please show us your tax documents 2021 that is totally not tax documents for 2021. See, like, I can't open that, guys. Enter. That's number 1. Number 2. Enter. Number 1. Enter. Number 2. Enter. This was supposed to be a serious stream, by the way. Like, I don't know how this happened. Enter. Number 2. Enter. All right. You guys have heard it. Calling my friendly moderators to find 20,000 more. Number 2. Thank you again, Toast Joe. This is much more important than listening to Michael Knowles. Lower the pitch? I could do that. Let's see. I just do a pitch shift. Let's do... Where's pitch shift? Pitch shift. Let's shift the pitch down by 1, 2. Preserve duration. Enter. Okay, I'm happy with the pitch shifted 1, guys. I think 1's gonna win. It was already ahead. Enter. All right, that's the new donation sound. Bam. Render as rigged and stolen. I mean, it literally won. I don't know what you want from me. All right, bam. Browse. I'll just render this to desktop because it's important. Enter. WAV already exists. Oh, that's the other one I said. All right. And now I will go to the Streamlabs desktop. This is so cool. This is why I like Streamlabs. Let's see. Where's the dashboard home? Bada bing. Alert sounds. Alert box? No. Alerts. Twitch, YouTube, super chats. Right now it's oh yeah. So this is what it currently is. Let's see.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to change that to a new one. Click and drag to upload, desktop. Where'd it go? Wait, I just rendered it. Where'd you go? Oh, I didn't export it as a WAV? Where are you? Render. There we go. Okay, I didn't click render yet. Bada bing, bada boom. Close. Uploaded. Bam. Select. Preview. Enter. That's not loud enough. Enter. Louder. Enter. 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 All right, that's the new super chat sound. I'm glad we did this. Doing my chem homework while hearing enter over and over. Well, I'm happy. I hope you succeed. Now we can close this. Do not save. Go back to important things. Oh, is the chat sound on? I don't know. Someone would have to super chat. I have another set of electors that indicate 2-1. Thank you. Address me. Address me. Address me. What the fuck? What is this brain rot? Oh, I didn't read this one. What? Poor Thomas Skew or whatever, $5. Sincerely trying to ask a question. What do you think of James Tallarico and Jasmine Crockett? I think James Tallarico is going to win. I don't think Jasmine Crockett is as popular. I have not watched the debate. I know Ryan covered them, and I'm interested to see who will do better. Thank you very much for the 5 and for asking a serious question. Do you think the Texas Senate race can flip? I'm not optimistic about it, but we will see. Why is what's the elephant? What's the elephant in the room? Oh, because I said WAV instead of wave. Whatever. All right, let me just double check this is working. Dashboard home. Because I should hear it on the screen now. I don't know why it's prioritizing fucking Twitch chats. I don't have Twitch even anymore. All right, super chats. Preview a super chat.
Enter.
All right, we're good. Okay, cool. Now we're back to your regularly scheduled programming. Are you happy we just wasted 15 minutes on that? You crazy people. Address the Bobby Huckleberry situation. Why is my chat just turning into brain rot?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
could
It's
be
a
really good
meaningless
thing.
putting on transgender
Wondering.
ballet.
That's a
yes,
real
Michael.
example.
Yeah,
Wondering, guys.
100%.
So what if we just go like this? We say, okay, hear each other. Let's move forward and try to focus. Let's actually try to find the right fraud. Let's try to figure it out together as a unit. Because
So, this guy like asks a genuine question of like, do you really not care about fraud? And I'm like, no, I care about fraud, but that's not what's happening here.
Could
It's
be
a
a really good
meaningless
thing.
platitude. I agree with you. Fraud is bad. I don't trust the administration to find fraud.
Well,
They're
yeah,
horrible
that's
at it.
fair enough.
You don't
Yeah.
think the Somalis
And he's
committed
like,
any
he
fraud?
says that's
Did
fair
not
enough.
say that.
that.
Whoa, this is
It's
a
very
really
You said
possible.
fraud
hold
is
on,
bad,
hold
but
on,
it's
hold
an
on.
abstract
Hold on. Wait,
platitude.
no,
Now
no,
I'm
that's
asking
not
about
what
a
I said.
specific example.
Yeah, and if you look at the what's the Quality Leering Center or whatever, this is someone who'd been investigated for malpractice and sorts of stuff before this, and I'm all for investigating that and making sure these kids are safe. Absolutely.
Oh, good.
And that was a really interesting
I
pivot
guess we
there,
agree.
Michael, where you said this. You don't think the Somalis have done any fraud? None of us have ever made that
Well,
claim.
you just said
We
it
are
was all
profit-
abstract
no,
and
hold on, no,
ideological,
hold on,
not
no,
practical.
no.
I said that about Doge. Doge
No,
didn't find any of
No,
those
you said
Somali
it in
fraud.
response to his question just now. It's all
because
on
we're
tape.
talking about fraud as a general concept, and Doge
Right, and I'm talking
relates
about
to
a
fraud,
particular
even if you
example.
don't think it relates to fraud. But I think it's really interesting how you pivoted to the conversation of you don't think the Somalis have committed any fraud? No, I don't know. I think we should have an open, fair investigation that doesn't involve a 20-year-old YouTuber named Nick Shirley who doesn't know the word benevolent to be able to come in here and tell us that somehow Somalis are committing fraud because they didn't let him into a
Oh, maybe because I don't have the alert box on. That's why it's not making the noise. KPD, $5. Thanks to the gym video, I've smashed both the patriarchy and all of my PRs. I've fully, I have also reached full soitosis. Thanks for changing my life, Kingalingus. Guys, I want to say how much it means to me, how much of you tell me that that it means something to you. I intended fully for that video to help people, and the fact that you guys are telling me that it helps people, it's fucking awesome. You guys are great. I'm happy it helped you. Stay healthy, keep lifting. You guys are great. Thank you for the donation. Thank you, Toast Joe. There it goes. There it goes. Toast Joe 3426. Thank you for the 5. What the Democrats need to do is to put forth a political ad of Newsom putting together Warhammer 40,000 orc figures, and it will be a total sweep. Why? Why would that change the voting demographic? What do you mean? Like, I'm not sure I understand. Like, why would Warhammer win the vote? Most people don't know what Forehammer is. Forehammer War DK.
daycare center with a
The
camera.
investigation's
That's
being
a
done by
This is Oliver Niehaus, just FYI. You guys can go check him out. He's got a TikTok. He's got Jubilee videos and all that.
federal government.
Correct, and I am in support of a federal investigation.
Love it.
However,
We agree.
I think there should be an investigation, and I do think, however, that should also involve the state of Minnesota. And we do see, however,
State of
that
Minnesota
hold on,
perpetrated
hold
the
on.
fraud. Why
No,
would we let them
there
do
were
it?
people who did that. So, do you not think that there can be investigators who investigate what goes wrong in the government who aren't the people who committed the fraud?
Oliver,
Michael?
the,
Come
the,
on. Like,
the
this is-
investigation is into Tim Walz for participating in the fraud.
Sure,
How would you
there
allow
are
Tim
multiple
Walz to
types
conduct
of
the investigation?
investigations that occur. You can investigate if you want Tim Walz for orchestrating that. There can also be people who investigate in the state.
S2 Wolf, if you're just joining us and you're wondering why people are spamming enter or address me elephant, yes, I'm also wondering this.
to determine whether state fraud was done. It's
Yeah,
not.
that's
It's
fine.
not. It's not. Yeah. So he's trying to make it ridiculous to claim that if I claim that there should be any Minnesota involvement in it, I'm claiming Tim Walz should investigate himself. Because that's what Michael likes to do. He likes to reduce this
he's the
down.
governor
He
of
likes
the
to reduce
state.
this
It's kind of-
down. He likes
What I'm
reduce
hearing
this-
is that a white suburban dad did the fraud and not a Somali.
Yeah, well, he participated in it, but there were about 80,000 non-white suburban dads who
Michael,
sent money to Al-Shabaab.
But Michael, I'm going to go with you. They weren't in office, so I don't think it's that bad. It's fine.
You don't think the
They weren't.
They weren't in office.
They weren't in office.
No, you can commit crimes. When
I
you're
like
not-
us both putting up our hands right there.
In office.
No, you can
So.
commit crimes when you're not in office.
Oh, like
It's fine.
You don't think the
They weren't in
They weren't in office.
They weren't in
Yeah,
office.
No,
our
you can
little
commit
synchronized,
crimes
like,
when you're not in office.
what are you gonna do?
You can. I don't know
Wow,
where
that's
you're getting
crazy.
this idea from.
Like stealing a bunch of money in a crypto scam.
There's no again. I don't. You keep going back to Trump having crypto dealings.
Well, you
but
said he wasn't in
you aren't
office. That was your
alleging any
defense.
crime.
Well, he wasn't president yet, so it's fine. Well, these guys weren't
No, no,
president
no,
either. So
we're talking about corruption in office,
Mhm.
but then you're saying that he committed some crime, but you can't name the crime. You can't
first of all,
name
I didn't
anyone
say
who
it was
was
a
harmed.
crime. I said it was corruption, as in
And
you're
What's
using
the
your position
corruption?
of power to.
Thank you, Toast Joe, for the other 5 because orcs are cool and my favorite giggles and kicks my feet. Oh, so you would vote for Gavin Newsom if he played Warhammer 40K? Okay, got it.
Market something as valuable to your, your little head
Here's a
idiot
question:
little
Has
people.
President Trump profited on the Trump coin?
Yeah, absolutely.
Then it has value.
Oh,
hold
okay,
on.
for him specifically.
So-
Okay.
so wait,
All right,
hold
next
on, hold on, no,
question.
he-
Yeah,
wait,
so he's
no,
being
it's-
funny, but it's like, hold on, you just admitted, like, yes, the value is only for Trump and I'm taking the money from my supporters. Like, I can't believe that's the defense he went with.
He's
Stole a
profit,
bunch of money from his friends.
and he's profited. He's profited on business
All
dealings
right, we'll
while
get
in
back.
office.
We'll get back to
He's profited on
Next
business
question.
dealings while in office.
I guess I would just say a similar thing of like I feel like the problem is
What
Trump
is this guy's shirt? Not LA, not the Bay. Is he just like anti like liberals?
which I agree with a lot of what you say about Trump, but Trump does something corrupt, and so Democrats say he's the problem, and then vice versa. And so why you're saying let's have a
Cool boy, thank you for the $5. Address me, elephant. Address what? This is like classic joke setup. You go up to people and you're like, you want to hear a joke, and it's like, yeah, okay. What's the difference between a duck? What? What's the difference between a duck? A duck and what? What is the difference between a duck? And then they're like, I don't know what. And you say, well, one of its legs is the same size. Basically, you guys are all turning into HMMM, who constantly gives me like stroke posts.
open investigation.
Wait, Colton knew one of its legs are both the same? Wait, this is someone else knew about this? All right. Okay, I see you.
to the Minnesota thing, but
This was last week.
then you're poo-pooing Nick Shirley. You're pooing the
Because he's not a
almond
federal
investigator.
investigator.
Oh,
Sure.
it's a shirt of someone being prideful of California but not living in the blue liberal areas. Yeah, that makes sense.
But is that not telling that it took him to reveal it because federal
he-
investigators didn't?
It
Hold on,
didn't
there
take
were,
him to
there were,
reveal
he
it. They
didn't
were
take him to reveal it at all.
Enter.
As Michael talks about with feeding our
Thank you, Bahaga04 for the $5. New thing, giraffe. Okay, whatever. It's fine. Look, you guys are having fun. I don't know what the fuck is going on. XE, thank you for the 2. Paint me like one of your French girls. As much as I like that people are giving me money, I'm just like imagining, like, remember that time where I had like a good stream? We were talking about the Minnesota ice shooting and we raised money talking about how awful it is and raising awareness, and maybe I could donate some of it to charity. And then I'm like projecting in the future when I'm a big streamer with millions of fucking viewers and I'm getting money like this all the time. And it's like, oh, what? How'd you make all your money? It's like enter. Oh, thanks. Here's the dementia fund. I got it from acting like I had dementia. Enter. Thank you, Blaza, for the $2. Sometimes my double espresso thingy explodes. Sad. What? Tinfoil Freak, $2. This is my fault. I don't know how this happened. I'm sorry. It's okay. Look, you can't take credit. It's not like you knew this was going to happen.
future. Yeah, that was a fraud scandal that happened, and that was investigated, and that was found. So it didn't take Nick Shirley to do this. Nick Shirley just came along with his camera and claimed that somehow this is indicative of
There's
some
$100
larger
million
fraud
in
scheme,
daycare fraud too, so it's less than Feed Our Future, but it's pretty significant.
which is being investigated right now.
Yeah.
So how are you claiming that these things have already happened when the investigations have not come through?
Thank you, Toast Joe, for the $5 old thing, elephant. That, I usually am not worried about my streams getting demonetized because I don't really make money on these, but now this stream and all these supers might just disappear, and I don't know if that means you guys get refunded because I showed the fucking Minnesota ice shooting at the beginning of this, and it's like, oh, why didn't you make any money on your stream of a bunch of people spamming the word enter? Oh, because I showed the fucking morbid Gestapo gunning an innocent man down. Oops. Thank you, KPD, for the $2. I'm sorry about Kingalingus. Keep woken it, enter man.
Do you think that it's good for journalists to pursue facts?
I think it's crazy to call Nick Shirley a journalist.
I don't know. I think he's a better journalist than the New York Times.
Oh, I'm sure you do, Michael. There we go.
Before Nick Shirley made it, and now Tim Walz is stepping down from re-election. Has that not had an effect?
I mean, we can talk about many things that led to Tim Walz not seeking re-election. I mean, I'll agree with you once. I think being on the failing vice presidential ticket isn't exactly a ringing endorsement of you continuing to run the state. So I'm not, in terms of political realities here, I might agree with that. I also think the fact that Tim Walz's family was being just being insanely harassed there in terms of literally people going to his house and screaming the word retard at his son. Okay, I'm sure you think that's funny, but I actually think it's.
First of all, I do think calling Tim Walz, not for the right reasons, but calling a politician a retard outside his house, I endorse. I think you should do that. Just not Tim Walz, because he's not a retard. Reflex, thank you for the $2. Thoughts on femboy furries? You do you. I'm not really into furries, although there are certain anthropomorphized animals that I'm sure I could be attracted to. It's not like I could, like, I don't know, like you watch BoJack Horseman, I'm sure you point out some of the side characters. I'd be like, sure. Am I a furry? I don't know. I wouldn't buy a costume and do it in real life, but hey, look, you draw an animal with big enough boobies. I'm into it. All right. Toast Joe, thank you for the $5. The new soy-litical parties are old thing elephant and new thing giraffe. Hey man, whatever gets us away from the horrible bipartisanship we are under now. Sasquatch Lemon from Sonance, £2. Thank you. What does that mean? What is happening? Have I played any Deadlock lately? Says Gridiome. No, I have not. Thank you for the donation. I don't really love MOBAs. I play League out of a sunk cost fallacy.
You do think it's pretty, vile, a vile thing to do.
Do you think President Trump's family has been harassed at all over the last 10 years?
Yeah, and I don't support people going after his children or
I don't think they were calling his son a retard because his son is autistic. If that's the case, that's fucked up. You should never call a mentally disabled person retarded. It's specifically reserved for non-mentally disabled people.
Like that, or going after or making up these stories that his granddaughter is
all right,
dead.
You guys need to hash this out in the fucking YouTube chat, all right? I'm entering a poll, okay? You can fight here. We got new thing, we got old thing, and we've got side thing, and we've got enter, and you can all just keep spamming that button there instead of just combo breaking the chat, because what if someone has an interesting thing to say?
That's a bad thing to do.
It
is. No,
Michael, it's completely unfair because Trump lives in like a penthouse and you can't scream retard from the ground floor.
New York is very small.
We need to make Tim Walz in a skyscraper, put his family up, and then it'll be even ground. Then I'm okay with it.
Tim Walz has taken enough taxpayer money. I'm not sure that we need to put him up in a penthouse. Do we have another question?
Hi guys. This isn't a question. This is just a comment.
So if you were interested in learning about how manufactured these shows are, this is, I don't know if I should name his name, but obviously this is one of Michael Knowles' producers, Mayflower, by the way, nice guy, but again, supports Michael Knowles, so it's kind of hard to not be a little upset that he does this, but he's going to go ask a question to spice things up, and he, of course, asks the most inflammatory question, so...
Then I'm okay with it.
Tim Walz has taken enough taxpayer money. I'm not sure that we need to put him up in a penthouse. Do we have another question?
Hi guys. This isn't a question. This is just a comment. I think it's a little disingenuous, Oliver.
Is it wrong to call Nick Shirley retarded? I was actually about to comment on this. I do actually think maybe you shouldn't call him retarded. He might genuinely, unironically be retarded, in which case you should say, hey, I think he's developmentally disabled, and we shouldn't take advantage of him, and the right wing is exploiting him.
That list of all the Americans that were supposedly committing fraud.
Yeah, sorry about the facts.
Yeah, we have to deal with their nonsense and whatever means that we deal with it. But these Somalis, they're coming over and they're committing the fraud. They are not Americans. They come from a different country and they bring their garbage with them.
Yeah. See, look, okay, I can be friendly to this guy. He's being cordial. He's talking about his life and he's inviting me on the show. Oh man, I really got to spice this up. Let me go on and just spread like the most vitriolic comment by saying Somalis aren't American. Like, to be clear, and I'll fact check this right now. Like, most Somali like immigrants are literally citizens. So what percentage of Minnesota Somalians are legal? Where's the stat? I saw this somewhere. Here we go. PBS. All right. So 87% of them are literally US citizens. 58% of them were born here. Like, and this is the narrative you hear, but it's like, oh, these fucking immigrants are coming and they're not American. They don't share our values. And it's just like, guys, these are fucking like Americans. They live here. They were born here. They are citizens of the country. They vote here. This is so fucking stupid. All right, yeah, guys, please stop spamming. Like, you guys are fucking insane. Hold on. Let me I'm not gonna ban anyone, obviously. You're having a good time, but I'm just going to put users in let's say a 5-minute timeout. All right. 5-minute timeout. You guys can take a little break. 5-minute break. All right. But look at this fabricated vitriol.
We don't have a duty to deal with their nonsense.
Hold on? What do you mean we don't have to deal with their nonsense
Because they're from a different country.
Hold on,
they're not citizens.
Do you think people who, we're not even talking about illegal immigrants versus legal immigrants? Do you think someone who's a legal immigrant who's here?
They're not necessally. They're
wait,
a lot of
majority of the Somali,
temporary protected status.
a majority of the Somali population is legal immigrants that came over from the Somali Civil War, which, by the way, we exacerbated. So
Hold on,
no, these
sir.
are not.
We exacerbated. Give
Yes,
me a
we
break.
did we dropped a big fucking helicopter in there and then killed a bunch of them.
Yeah, they need to stop committing terrorism. They need to stop destabilizing their
There's a
country.
civil war. There are two factions. This is not. Oh, all the Somalis are just shooting at stuff. It's a bunch of turmoil that we exacerbated.
He so badly there wanted to be like, yeah, they are.
A bunch of immigrants came fleeing the violence. The people that weren't shooting at us. Now they are integrated into our society, and now you're saying, oh, well, they're not Americans. They're literally American.
Is it your contention that the Somali Civil War, which we aided in, we provided aid, is your and lost personnel because of it? Is your contention?
Yeah, I immediately recognized him. God damn it! I immediately recognized him. Be like, they do this, and it's like, what do you mean they? Do you mean the fucking Somali pirates? Do you mean the Somali citizens? Do you mean the people that came over here legally and are integrating perfectly into our society? Like, what the fuck? It's so fucking obviously racist. Thank you again, Toast Joe, for the 5. Stop sloppers. Hold on. Stop sloppers really trying to bring back the Enter Golden Days, but refuse to acknowledge the lack of civil rights. Thank you.
Somalia didn't experience mass violence before 1991.
No.
It's a functioning country.
No, my
certainly
contention
not.
is
That's a
that
different
something
claim,
that we
Michael.
exacerbated and allowed people to come in to flee that violence.
No,
part of
we
which-
allowed them in,
Part of which
stupidly.
was because of us. Are integrated into our society. They are.
You can finish your sentence if you want.
They're American citizens. They're not immigrants. They're not
literally not
A
citizens.
majority of them are citizens.
Right.
Look this up.
Okay, so we have to decide who won that round.
Oh, and then they always say, like, who won? It's so ridiculous, because it's like, obviously, the fucking bar full of dipshits is going to cheer for Michael every time, but...
The Somalis lost that round. There's no doubt about that. Was it the soy pill?
Blue or red?
Wow,
Blue or red?
was.
Hold your paddles.
Was it Oliver? Oh, yeah, blue and red. That's right.
Blue
Who
or
won?
red?
Was
Hold
it
your
the
battles.
lids? Put up the blue.
Hold it up. What color
No,
one? Blue or red?
There's one. There's one.
Michael, are we in
All right, was it
Nashville?
the
right
red?
now?
Will Michael's stacked bar
Here we
vote
go.
in favor of him?
I don't
Wow.
stack it.
There we go.
It was
yeah.
like 50-50 last time.
Oh,
I think it
I'm
was.
sure.
both
I've
the
seen what
arguments.
makes them cheer.
There's
Yeah.
Yeah, literally right when I say that. God damn it. Right when I say that, business Becca, your booze mean nothing. I've seen it make you cheer. Yeah. Thank you, Brutus, for the 5. Much of the Somalis in the Twin Cities are here because they have family who helped us in overseas operations. Wait, are you telling me that when we arrived in Somalia, it wasn't just a 100 billion, just, disgusting brown terrorists shooting at each other in a big circle, and we had to go in and say, hey there, you brutes, you need to stop it with your violent culture, and we did our best to just, civilize those savages. Are you telling me that there are different types of people in this country, some of which might have differing goals and levels of education and political alignments, and they're people, and they're not just a group, an amorphous blob, this big Katamari ball of Somalians? Fucking ridiculous.
there's a more important decision to make. Who was the best questioner of that round who gets to go to the VIP table?
Ooh.
Not
Man,
gonna
I
lie,
wanna
they
say
were
the second
both
guy.
trash.
The second guy seemed very good faith. He's like, I acknowledge what you're saying.
Yeah,
And,
it was
he
too
seemed-
nice.
He was
Yeah.
no, but that's what we need right now. We've
We
got an
should get him a little
oppositional-
drunker so he's more angry.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
get him
Go with
drunk
that.
You
to the
get
VIP,
it.
yeah.
Second guy, you're going to the VIP table.
Oh, second guy.
There we
The
go.
beautiful
Congrats,
Molly and
second
Mayflower
guy.
Cigars. Redneck Riviera. Okay. Now, you're going to enjoy your delicious Redneck Riviera whiskey. And you know what I'm going to enjoy? Z-Biotic.
Oh my god, I hope they didn't cut out. I tried to like, not like sabotage this ad, but I said something really stupid. I want to see if they keep it in.
That's what I'm going to enjoy. Folks,
Enter.
right now,
Like, I keep thinking that's in the video. Katamari Somalia. Thank you, Sonnets, for the 2 pounds.
if you go to zbiotics.com/barfight, you will find
This, yeah, isn't so Alex Jones pilled? It's like, look, I know politics are serious, but you know what's more serious? Supplements. Keep your brain totally cool and sick, and we got to do brain force, and you don't want to get drunk. Was Michael Knowles any different in person? Thank you, Ryan's anecdote. No, he was exactly the same. The only thing is off camera, he's like maybe less contentious. But even off camera, when I said like, what do they say? This is like before the Q&A, or after the Q&A back in October of last year at UC Berkeley. I was like, in our casual conversation that wasn't being recorded, I was like, but even if you were gay, like there's nothing wrong with that. And he just like looked me in the eyes. It's like, yeah, there would be. And it's like, okay, so you do believe this. It is your conviction that being gay is bad. But I think it's more of like internalized homophobia. Source Woofy, thank you for becoming a business bean, a basic bean. Grittiome, thank you for the 5 Australian dollar dues. Got any good book recommendations? Been playing too many video games recently. Unfortunately, I have not been reading a lot of books. I just finished one audiobook. What was it? I think I was reading like a Harry Potter fan fiction, so it's probably not that. Captain Bucket just told me to read Killing Hope. I still have not gotten around to it, but I should get to it. So read Killing Hope. Thank you, Toast Joe, for the $5. Turn on the I can't yell right now. I have roommates. Turn on the TV. It doesn't matter what channel. The U.S. dropped the Prince from hit game Katamari re-rolled on Somalia.
out that after a night with drinks, people don't always
No, normally I'd skip through the ad, but we gotta see if my joke's in here.
back the next day like they should. Me, I'm an old man. Is fashion that is cause present with the com/bar fight and get my keys out so I can open.
I hope you can get that open. That might be an Andrew Wilson olive jar situation right here.
I
if
know.
you don't get that open, better get open right
no
now.
No fraud with this baby.
Okay, cool.
This
Here we
is
go.
pure American. Go head on over there right now. You get 15% off your first order when you use code BARFIGHT at checkout. Backed by a 100%.
If you had to rank the Daily Wire crew from most to least insufferable, which would it be? So I really would only do Ben, Matt, and Michael Knowles. Because, like, I don't really know Andrew Clavin all that much. Brett Cooper is, like, annoying, but not part of them anymore. Candace Owens got kicked off. Jordan Peterson is not insufferable. He's too funny. So I guess it would be Matt, Ben, Michael. Because Michael is, like, such a pushover, it's hard to find him insufferable. Ben is got the annoying voice, but he's, like, less evil, and Matt's just, like, a terrible person. So he's, like, the most insufferable. Because I'm like, you just suck and you're not charismatic.
Money back guarantee.
When you tell me that I'm funny, what do you mean by funny? What do you mean by you? And when you say you think I'm funny or you perceive, what could you possibly be exploring in the human psyche? What's our thoughts on FT Signifier? On the problematic black boy tier list, I would put him as we would have private DMs together. That's a reference. Please don't clip that.
Is no risk. Subscriptions are available for maximum consistency. This is the longest advertisement in the history of products. Go to zbiotics.com/barfight. Use code barfight at checkout for 15% off. Gentlemen, it's round 2.
Oh no. Wait, did they clip it? Did they cut it out? They did clip it out. I said, I heard that like almost every rioter on January 6th actually used this to be energized or something. He laughed, but I'm pretty sure that would get his fucking ad taken down.
All right, ready? Oh, don't bring me another. I haven't had my Z-Biotics yet.
I've barely drank
What are
mine.
we doing?
I'm
Or maybe
Hold on.
they
All
didn't
right.
cut it.
You do it all at once, or
I guess. Are we out? All right, ready? Here we go. Do a little Z-Biotic shooter. Delicious.
wow, and
Okay.
how?
Now, folks, you got to pick the topic. We've
Did they
already
cut it
gone
out?
through them. Which
They did
one?
cut
I
it
think
out. Yeah, they
was-
got it out.
We
It
haven't.
was the vaccine. No, was it the? Are
Netflix.
you doing
Yeah.
Netflix? Who
gotta
says
be Will.
Netflix? Okay.
Wow, that's a really good.
You
point.
You are supposed to drink it before you drink, but I think it's like Plan B. You can do it before or after. You know, it's just about like not having a hangover. Oh, this is an interesting. This is an interesting thing. Netflix turned Will gay. Michael, I think self-admittedly behind the scenes has not even watched season 5. Um, and I think his producer picked this question. And I thought it was so funny because it's just like so blatantly not true. You can look at all the evidence and it's like, hey, they planned on him being gay from the beginning. He's clearly gay in the first 3-4 episodes. Like his mom says, you know, he's not into girls or whatever. His dad calls him like gay slurs and like fucking what are the other policemen or whatever? It's like, he probably got killed by some other queer or something. So it's just ridiculous.
Which topic that was? Can you take
This
a
guy
guess?
right here.
All right. Netflix turned Will gay. I think this point is beyond dispute because Netflix made this show and one of the characters
This is Will Byers from Stranger Things. Sorry if that wasn't clear.
Bill, and they made him gay. Now, they might have made the actor gay. We don't know. He worked for the company for a long time. But what is also, I think, beyond dispute is they very likely made other people gay. And the reason for this is that LGBT identity is not merely a matter of hereditary, born this way, immutable characteristics. It's also a social phenomenon. Gallup showed that between 2012 and 2021, LGBT identity doubled in the United States. It's actually gone up even more since then. 30% of Gen Z now identifies as LGBT, which means there's either something in the water, or there are a lot of people in the closet for all of history, or
Wait till you find out how many
there's
left-handed
something
people
going
there are
on in
nowadays.
our popular culture. Now, what's really strange about this is that we
Yeah,
know
Sniper Diplomat, you got it. Oliver said the left-hand chart right when you thought of it.
that LGBT identity is not merely determined by genetics. We know this because of some twin studies, which measure all sorts of diverse outcomes for twins, including same-sex attraction, found that there's only a 20 to 37.
So like I don't understand how like these people don't ever consider like epigenetics. Like yeah, theoretically, if you had twins and one of them was gay and the other one wasn't, does this automatically just mean it's completely sociological? No. What if you had twins and you took one of them and you completely separated them from all females? Like, would they still be attracted to females? I don't know. Like, there could be things in their environment that trigger things, but that doesn't mean they were socially influenced to be gay. And to be clear, if they were, I don't think it would be a bad thing. Thank you, Tinfoil Freak, for the $5. Because I'm better than you, Rhett. This is a super chat towards my sibling being thrown at a streamer. What? My sibling being thrown at a streamer. Oh, the chat. The chat is being thrown at me. Thank you. KPD618, thank you for the $5. Have you heard about the New Hampshire Progressive Health Howard or his mini scandal? I live in New Hampshire and like him, but I need validation for all my political opinions. No, and sorry, I won't look that up right now. I want to get through this, but whatever is the most based take, it's probably yours because you watch me, is the correct one.
I don't remember any of this in Stranger Things. What are you going on?
Oh, look at me. I have a good joke. He's talking about gay people and how much he hates them.
For twins, including same-sex attraction, found that there's only a 20 to 37%.
I don't remember any of this in Stranger Things. What are you going on?
You learned a lot from that show, Michael. That's pretty.
Well, I actually looked this up. I was surprised you.
So like, I just needed a way to fucking interrupt his like homophobic rant without looking like I'm fucking triggered. Because the only triggered part is I'm like, ugh. Not like, how dare you, Michael? But I was like, okay, whatever. Thank you, Funny Word. There's a study where a guy was forced to be gay. Okay. So you can't force someone to be gay? I feel like you could force someone to be gay. You just can't force them to enjoy it.
You picked this.
Hold on, let me finish my argument.
Well, you
So,
just want to rant
only
about gay
20
people. Let's talk about Will.
Hold on,
That's
hold on.
specific
We'll
gay
get to
guy.
Will.
I think
Only,
all
it
wills
shows
should be
that
made gay.
the twin
actually,
studies
in
show
this,
that LGBT identity, same-sex attraction, is only 20 to 37% correlated with heredity, which means that there are other cultural factors here. And there's one really funny study on this that came out of the Center for the Study of Partisanship and Ideology, and it found that in the last, really between 2008 and 2018 or so, LGBT identity rose at twice the rate as actual LGBT.
Oh, you're talking about the botched circumcision? This is like the evil study thing that people like who think that trans ideology is made up by this person. Is like they use this as like, see, it's this crazy butcher trying to force a guy to be gay or something. Like, I think I know what you're talking about.
LGBT behavior, and among young
how do you
liberals,
define that?
They
Wait,
were meaning
people
they said-
identifying versus behavior.
meaning they don't do
Oh.
gay stuff.
It's like
They
gay,
say they're gay,
people,
but they don't do
gay stuff.
Yeah, and among young liberals, I'm not saying you guys, but among young liberals, they were 3 to 4 times as likely to say that they were gay, even if they.
So the reason why they harp on the it's a learned behavior is because if being gay was 100% something you could force someone or teach someone to do, it would back up their crazy "they're grooming the kids" argument, which is silly because one, like it still wouldn't be harmful, but the only possible like not moralistic, but like utilitarian argument there would be, well, this will result in fewer kids being had, just statistically. And it's like, okay, well then we should encourage and give tax breaks to people who have kids to reverse that. It doesn't matter if you're learned into being gay. If they're happy, they're happy. Fucking stupid. But also, I don't think it's something you learn. Otherwise, why the fuck would all these people in places like this is an anecdotal argument, but it's like, I don't know how this could be anything but self-evident. If being gay was learned, how do people who never knew about gay people, who like find out later and then are like, oh, that's what that was, how do they explain that? Like, just talk to any gay person. But then also, why did gay people who live in places where they don't want to be gay, like, why does internalized homophobia exist? Why do gay people pop up in places where there's like no exposure to gayness or like no teaching of gayness, but they're like, that's weird, I'm attracted to that guy? Like, almost as if there's something internal that is not being influenced by a culture of gayness, but rather something that maybe a wire's crossed, maybe you're just into like different shapes that are masculine. Like, this is clearly to me not something that is socially influenced or even close to being strictly socially influenced. But hey, maybe he comes out with a study and it's just impossible, it's only social. But even then, who gives a shit?
Just did straight stuff.
I've been trying to learn how to be gay for years.
Which means
Michael Knowles is saying 1 in 3 people are now gay. Well, Soy Pill isn't gay and Oliver isn't gay.
that there's a social contagion here. You saw this especially with rapid onset gender dysphoria, 1,500% increase in adolescent girls saying that they had gender dysphoria over a 10-year period. So there's a social factor. Netflix made Will gay. They might have made the actor gay, and they probably made other people gay too. Take it away.
All right, no, if you look this up, this is really interesting because it's like slam dunk. Like, you can't even prove. Like, Netflix got the script that was given to them, and if you read the script before they even touched it, Will was gay in the script.
In season 1?
Before it was sold to Netflix, the script, he was gay. In season 1, he's gay. That's why
he's not gay in season 1.
He's absolutely gay in
How
season
is he
1.
gay in season 1?
I can cite. Look, so his mom says he's not.
Okay, real quick. Toast Joe, thank you for the $5.
Enter.
It's so easy for the gays learn crowd to prove their point, teach themselves to be gay, and then teach themselves to go back. That's a good point. If you think being gay is a social contagion, you should say, okay, change your attraction to being gay, and then change it back. In the same way you could say, if cigarettes are addictive, show me the withdrawal symptoms. Like, smoke a bunch of cigarettes, then stop smoking them, and show me that you get the shivers and the chills and the fever and all that. Not happening.
The other kids, his dad calls them queer, and what can I say? I can't say the F word on
You
here.
can say it if you want.
Enter.
This is a right-wing audience.
Thank you for the $10. Icarus Paints, Edith Sock, Tinfoil Fake. Why are you guys fighting each other? First of all, I enjoy that if any and all Discord is somehow making me money, but guys, we're all friends here.
Yeah, but we're on
They're gonna
YouTube,
beep out all
right?
the swears in.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
not
like
the
his dad
N-word.
called him fag. His dad called him
We'll
queer.
save that to you.
The other kid, one of the police officers says he was probably killed by some other queer. He's been bullied for being gay since the first episode of the show. He's been gay the whole time. Now, I will grant you this: the scene in season 5 where he comes out was very fucking corny. Like, that was the worst come out scene I've ever seen, and I am a pro gay person. That was awful. Just
Look at like the one that's how you win over a conservative argument. Coming out when you're gay is bad. To be fair, that scene was awful, but season 5 was just kind of sloppy.
It's like the Lord of the Rings scene where they're like, "In my accent, I also support you for being gay." And it was
Grant, yes, Soy Pill, F slur drop. Hey, you think that's the first time I've said it, Grant?
like, all right, this is a little much. But he's been gay the whole time. He's been gay before Netflix even touched it. So as someone who knows that Netflix can make a lot of people gay, this is one of the few times where they just kept him gay. If anything, they were too subtle because you didn't even notice.
So my gaydar was a little off. And, I don't know, I'm from New York and LA, and I went to a gay university.
I was going to say, Michael, I really appreciate you giving us the opportunity to talk about gay representation in media. The star from House of Shades here, Michael Knowles.
Yeah.
You haven't seen him there. I actually decided to look it up and watch it. I unfortunately decided to. It's on YouTube. I watched it on the plane. That was a mistake. When you came on in a blue thong, that really threw the kid off next to me there. So I just want to say, Michael, you think a lot about people being gay in shows, and
the slur pill goes hard.
My point. I was an actor as a young man, and you play a baseball player, no one thinks you're an athlete. You play a soldier, no one thinks you're GI Joe. You play one half gay guy, and they call you a Fanuc for the rest of your life.
Well,
but I want you to know that was a Yale thesis film, and that's the most heterosexual thing ever produced by Yale University.
Yeah. Okay.
But Michael, the problem.
If being gay is learned behavior, why haven't they taught Dave Rubin to stop? True. That's the thing, is Dave Rubin, as much as he's grifting, acknowledges that everything that's about gay rhetoric coming from the right is impossible to defend, so he just has to ignore it when he adopts a beautiful child with his gay husband, and everyone calls him a monster and an evil demon. He just be like, oh, that's fine, we just have differences of opinion, no problem.
was no offense, your acting was really bad. If you were a better actor, you wouldn't be here doing this bar fight show.
By
And
the
the
way, let
one
me tell you
convincing thing in that whole film was how much you were coming on to that
How
guy.
much you
That
were
was the
gay.
only
That
thing I thought
You're
was like,
talking-
wow.
This is true. I'm not even exaggerating. The one good part of acting in House of Shades, which you can go look up on YouTube, is how gay Michael is with this other gay guy.
That looks like, and I'm in the Bay Area, that looks like a gay guy being interested in another
Hold on,
guy.
I have expert witness on this. I heard from a friend of mine, Milo Yiannopoulos, who was gay, and now he's not really gay anymore.
He's still gay.
No, but Milo, no, he's not. He doesn't do it. He's got a whole counter about it.
yeah.
But Milo wrote to me. He said, Michael, I want you to know, as someone who has experience with this, your performance as a homosexual was entirely unconvincing. So, as someone, look, I tap dance, I play ukulele, I like Cole Porter.
I was going to
But
say,
I'm telling you, I'm trying to put myself in the position of sympathizing with the LGBTs, and what I'm saying is a lot of it is kind of fake.
So I think a pretty big problem with this too, and Michael likes to cite this idea of like, oh my God, like LGBTQ identity has exploded over the past.
Are you doing
few
the
years
gay
there.
accent right now when
What?
you're imitating Michael? Too,
I mean,
just
I
a little
could,
bit?
you know,
That just
I don't
came
know.
out
I could,
accidentally
maybe.
with him, I think.
You know, maybe you might have to show me some conversion therapy methods that got you where you are. But I think if we're talking about
Listen to this
specifically here,
homophobia from this liberal.
No, I'm just saying, you know,
You
you
scratch
might
the
have
libs
some
beneath
ideas
the
here.
surface.
There
This
we
guy's
go.
using the
No.
word fag.
Yeah.
This guy's making homophobic jokes.
Yeah,
I kind of like it, actually.
Yeah,
if I'm
that
being
works.
honest.
But I think it's really interesting. And if you want to claim that there's like some social contagion element to what's going on, I wouldn't even necessarily entirely disagree with you there. I do think that, for example, like, you know, if a couple people, you know, I think
That's
it's
very reasonable of you to say. I'm very surprised to hear that.
However, you can't only attribute it to social contagion because societal acceptance can also be a huge part of this. For example, this is a really interesting thing I like to bring up when people bring up the statistics of how many people
Oh yeah,
now
this audience is really dumb. If you just say gay or dildo, I 100% think they would laugh. So
identify as gay. Do you know how many people identified as being left-handed in the 1950s? Very few.
Yeah.
It was not that many at all. And after teachers stopped beating students for being left-handed, they actually started being okay being left-handed and living that identity. So I think claiming that somehow, oh, now there's more gay people, therefore it's only due to the fact that it's become way more, you know, fashionable or trendy to do so, just overlooks the fact
you
that
would
we
admit-
live in a society that now gay marriage is legal. Well, actually, Michael doesn't believe it exists. It does.
It's legal,
you
but
know,
it doesn't
Oh,
exist,
yeah,
yeah.
it's legal and it doesn't exist. Yeah,
But
definitely.
hold on, but
no,
you admit. So you would say there is a social contagion aspect. You
Dude, I
you
went
don't
to
think that
Oberlin, of
30% of
course.
people are gay.
30% of people are gay of Gen Z.
30% of Zoomers. You don't think it's 30% are gay.
If we're talking about gay, do we mean like people who are only same-sex attracted, or are we talking about bisexuals too?
The whole rainbow.
Whole rainbow? I think it'd be possible if 30% of people would also
Come
be
on.
bisexual.
You
I'm not
were
even
so-
just
this is someone from like the Debate Sphere audience. He's a Eucharist's friend, so Mr. Professor Bunn. He's a cool guy.
Close to
I'm not
being
saying just gay.
Wait,
no,
I need to know like how the stat was calculated. Like, are there reformed gays like you, or is it just people that
Yeah.
are still gay?
I am not a homosexual. Thank you very much.
That's
He's
why
not.
I
That's
said
what a reformed
Do
homo.
you-
That's what Milo
So you're
Yiannopoulos
not part of
says.
the 30%?
No, he
or are you
said he
part of the
was a
30?
homosexual.
Oh, he says he's
All
not.
right.
There we go.
It's amazing. These guys are just up here gay bashing me. I got a wife and 3 kids. Thank you very much. We turn to the audience.
Good cover.
Michael, I guess the question I have for you is, was this seriously a real topic you wanted to address? Because who cares? People are gay. And Will being a
Sorry, so this is my criticism of this question, though. This is a 2016 gay guy talking point. This is a 2010 gay guy talking point. Who cares, right? We're beyond that. Obviously, no one should care. You got to bring up the fact that these people think gay people are like destroying society and are evil, but you're down in 2010 and you're like, you know, back in like making the very reasonable, you know, pretending like the right wing is good faith. Guys, who cares if you're gay? You're not hurting anyone. But they're all the way to gay people are fucking corrupting the children, right? Like you got to fight them where they are, and you know, don't give credence to their stupid arguments. But this isn't gonna work.
gay character on a show. Like we've had gay characters in movies and TV shows for years, decades.
No, guys, he is based. He's a good guy. I'm just saying this is like, you know, I don't know, what's like the 2008 argument for not going to Iraq. Like now we're talking about like interventionism and imperialism, but back then it would be like, oh guys, like I just think that we spend a little too much money on the military. You know, that was like the 2008 fucking talking points.
You were in college.
Yeah. At least
Oh, here,
characters
hold
in
on, I made a
movies and
zinger.
TV shows for years, decades.
Since at least you were in college.
Oh, wait, one more time. Sorry, guys.
Was this seriously a real topic you wanted to address? Because who cares? People are gay. And Will being a gay character on a show, like we've had gay characters in movies and TV shows for years, decades.
Since at least you were in college.
At least you were in college. So I'm just curious why not bring
I'm
up
proud of
something
that
of
one.
substance that's not just
I love
about
calling people gay.
television.
That's
Well,
less
I'll
entertaining.
remind you, you all voted for this topic. So it's not, and this is what the libs always do. I have to say, they push something, they change the social norms, be it with regard to transgender.
I hope you're staying well and staying warm in this cold wave. I'm in California and it's fucking awesome weather here. So, get good, rest of the country.
Or homosexuality or feminism or anything else. They change the social norms. They run massive campaigns for it. And then the minute you look at that and you say, hey, that's kind of weird. Why are you doing that? They say, why do you care so much? And I say, well, you obviously care. You're the one who changed the norms. And I think in this case, look, obviously there have been sort of foppish or effeminate characters in theater going back to like Euripides.
I'm seeing chats that are getting censored, such as "fuck you and your tolerable temperatures," which I think should be allowed, and also all these weak feminine boys out here are ruining society. I want men, strong men around me.
But this is a little bit different. When it's a kids show, you're representing kids in these sexualized ways, in deviant and aberrant ways. I mean, we're all making gay jokes and stuff up here, but this is kind of weird, And same-sex identity or same-sex attraction and transgender identity especially is associated with a whole host of terrible psychological.
1 second. So more gay bashing. I'm sure I say something here. Thank you, Ben Riley. What's up, dude? $10. Why were they clapping after the shooting? Anyway, 2 things. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. I think it's like, you did it. That was a good kill. Good kill. Some stupid fucking, fake tactical fat guy thing. 1, looks like Trump wants to suppress the vote in Minnesota. Yeah, very clear. And 2, the Second Amendment never mattered to them. Yeah, that's the other thing I guess I forgot to mention. So thank you for bringing it up, Ben Riley. Hashtag never wear that suit again. That's a good suit. Fuck off. What? No, hold on. But yes, I do agree. Like the idea that, Second Amendment, you should be able to carry a gun around. It's for, fighting back against the government. First of all, this guy wasn't shooting at the government. So already that didn't matter. But if he was, of course, they'd be attacking him for it just because they agree with the government here and want a bootlick. But 2, the idea that's like, hey, they essentially just killed this guy for having a gun, which is they vehemently argue for. And the fact that they've completely flipped on this is just such an indication they never fucking gave a shit. They just want power.
And social outcomes. And so it just doesn't seem like
Michael,
a great thing.
Will was, portrayed sexually in season 5?
Yeah, I think referring to his sexual desires as a kid. You're the one who said in season 1.
You think it's
I think
sexual?
that's a little weird.
If I say I'm into women, this is sexual. Just inherently.
If I say I'm straight, is that inherently sexual?
I think if you're talking about a 5-year-old sexual desires or a 10-year-old's or a 12-year-old's, I think it's weird and creepy.
Yeah, Will is like 17 in the show. I don't
By
know.
the way, Michael,
In season 1, he wasn't saying
That's your whole
I'm gay.
argument.
I just have to bring up,
Who said
Michael,
he's
you
gay?
said kid
Yeah,
shows.
you can be gay when you're a kid.
Stranger Things is not
also
really
not
a kid show.
That's a
It's
good point.
horror and adult theme.
Wait,
Yeah, this is like their bad faith argument, and like you can always push back on this. Where they're like, I want sexuality out of my shows. Like a 5-year-old shouldn't be talking about boys if they're gay or whatever. It's like, first of all, how many fucking parents, straight, especially conservative parents, oh, did you make a little girlfriend on the playground? Oh, do you think the waitress is cute? Like, this is obviously totally fine and just lame, annoying behavior. But second of all, people find out their sexuality when they're fucking like 7, right? Like for some people, it's like, oh, I saw the I don't know, the fairy and fucking Peter Pan. I'm into uncles after that uncle situation. Everyone can discover things and what they want about themselves at different ages, and it's not grooming if kids talk about it. Okay.
Pushback. It's for babies. It's written horribly. Like.
Oh yeah, sorry. I shit talked Stranger
Wait,
Things
I
for
gotta
anyone
push
who
back.
likes
It's
it.
for babies.
Lola Bunny, true.
Also not a
kid
kid
show.
It's
I knew I was straight as soon as I saw the soy pills workout video. Yeah, I'm so lame. I literally turned Grant straight. Sorry, Grant.
Horror and adult theme.
Wait, I gotta push back. It's for babies. It's written horribly. Like.
Oh, okay.
It's a terrible show.
And it
But
was
not
in-
because-
and
it's
it was
not terrible
inspired-
because he's gay, by the way.
And it was inspired by Stephen King's works, and I don't think kids are reading Stephen King, or they should.
Also,
be.
no one caught my like. Maybe you learn at a young age that you're into uncles. No one commented on that. I hope no one got upset by that. Thank you, Toast Joe, for the $10. In their mind, the Second Amendment is totally defensible because guns are for protecting yourself against the unwashed hordes who go against your ideals, not the boot on your throat. No, but yeah, when it aligns with them. But like their whole thing is like tyrannical government. Oh, the government's being tyrannical. Oh, but they agree with me, so it's okay. Also, if you just own the gun, get out of here. Thank you, Banana Bunch, for the $5. Transfem here. My mom told me before she knew what transgender was, she was certain I'd be gay. From a Republican household, gay was an insult. Ugh. Okay. Ha ha ha, so funny, soy. Yeah, sorry. I cringed IRL but ignored it. Too close to home. Oh god. Look, we got a lot of uncle touched people in here, sorry.
Or at least.
You don't think
Have you
kids-
read it?
You don't think kids like Stranger Things? And you
Well,
don't
I'm
think it's,
sure
even
they
if it's
do,
only
but it's
adults
not
looking at like a
catered to
kid
them.
calling himself
Yeah,
gay?
wow. I really need to hold frame better when I'm on fucking stage because I'm over here, I'm leaning over the table, I'm in my suit, and I'm like, Michael, you're being homophobic. I have to be like, haha, Michael, you think that libs are soy? Absolutely not. We are Chad. Look at the green line that you can draw through my stature. Your green line is sideways.
I think that's even creepier. And my only point is, it's obviously a social contagion. You saw it most especially with the transgender ideology, which is why a 1,500% increase in adolescent girls saying they have gender dysphoria
Get a
in
trin
10 years
prosthesis? Guys, should I, one's in the chat if I should shatter my cheekbones with hammers to have more chiseled jaw.
absurd. There's obviously something going on. And maybe
Grant, if only soy held frame as well as his uncle held him.
we can just acknowledge that fact and try to do something about it to discourage it rather than encourage it.
And do you agree that it's possible, at least, that there could be some acceptance aspect?
No, Banana Bunch, I know it didn't sound bad. Your mom didn't know what trans was. She just said you're going to be you're going to grow up and be some sort of queer, It's fine.
There's a certain demographic of people who are gay, and you can acknowledge
Yeah, I
them
think
as
so.
being gay,
There might
and
be
there might be some people.
Thank you, Losara Vivo. Is a music channel for the $5. What do you believe is the true core reason why there are so much pushback against queer people aside from religious arguments? The pushback, I mean, one, people don't like things that are different. And for a lot of conservatives, like, the gayness is like disgusting to them. Like, there's literally like the same there's some study, it was like the same reaction they have to seeing like maggots is like how they feel when they see gayness. And so they truly think it's disgusting, I shouldn't have to look with it, it's degenerate. And like, I don't know, maybe I think that is a learned thing. That's not a biological thing, right? Like seeing two men kiss and wanting to barf, I think is a completely learned thing. Because I grew up and it was completely normal around here, and I've never felt disgusted by two guys kissing. And I bet if you grew up in a place where it wasn't normal, you'd be like, what the fuck? Now, there are things that do gross me out, like poop play and pee play. But if I grew up in the Folsom Street Fair in the Pride Parade, maybe I wouldn't think that's so gross. So I don't fucking know.
Who are like, oh wow,
It's just what you're
oh my god,
adjusted
I'm going to a
to.
camp with all girls, and now one of them has she/they pronouns. Now everyone has she/they pronouns. Like, yeah, like I understand that can happen. Now, how detrimental it really is once everyone.
To be clear, on the social contagion point, one, I don't give a shit if it was, but I don't think it is. That said, I do think a lot of people are more willing to identify as trans just because it's like the victim thing right now. And like, while there are plenty of people who legitimately have dysphoria, I know so many white women who identify as non-binary who do absolutely nothing other than this. That's just like they attach to they pronouns and say like, I'm not fully female. And it's like, okay, like, sure, I guess. But like, I know why you're doing this. It's because you're a white woman and you want to have some sort of little social point right there. I'm not saying this is a majority, but look, I'm in the Bay Area, all right? There's all sorts of different levels of transness.
Goes home and
They do poop and pee play at Folsom. I'm pretty sure there was a kiddie pool that people were peeing into, yes.
Figures
Can
it
you
out.
also argue that it became less acceptable to be straight?
No,
Yeah,
No.
definitely.
What?
See, like, back my shoulders up a little bit, not looking down into the left, totally normal looking, and then all of a sudden I'm like,
No, I did actually. Well, that's
I'm
why,
sorry.
based on that study that I just cited of straight guys, and especially liberal ones who are in the Rainbow Coalition, trying to pretend that they're LGBT. I think that's proof
Look,
of that.
Michael,
a
men
lot
have
of
been
them, they'll
lying
say
to
they're
fuck
queer,
women
not
for the
gay.
entirety of
Yeah.
human history, okay? That's not new.
Right, but it's weird that they're lying that they're gay in order to get with. That's like a change. And anyway, I think that's why it's worth noting is sex is very important to human nature, and when you massively upheave all of sexual identity, that's a notable phenomenon.
Okay, I do have a question about this topic, sort
oh, this guy, I think, is so fucking mad.
of. But first, I want to say or point out that it does make all the difference in the world with regard to the previous topic.
Oh, he's
Oops.
going back to immigration.
Oops, sorry.
We're going to go back to immigration.
You were the one screaming at the table over there, weren't you?
I was,
Oh, okay.
and I ran out of time on the last one, so I got told to come up to the mic
can go
this
back.
time. Yeah, we're going to go back.
Go for
So the point is that it does make all the difference in the world.
Is this a Half-Life 2 reference? There's no way this guy plays Half-Life 2. You can't play Half-Life 2 and make a reference to Half-Life 2 and be this stupid, all right? Although there are plenty of chuds that reference Half-Life 2. This guy's too stupid, all right? But holy shit, you just made me sad because Half-Life 3 didn't come out last year.
The fact that it doesn't matter if they are here legally, they are not citizens.
No, they are citizens.
No.
This is so stupid. Like, guys, you can look it up. It's like 87 to 90% of them are citizens. You're fucking stupid.
They are not.
Some of them are
a majority.
Calm down.
You can look it up. You can
Calm down.
No,
Literally. Calm down.
Temporary
Calm down.
protected status,
And there are-
or
and-
refugee,
quiet,
any of those
quiet.
things is
No,
not a
no.
citizen.
Yeah,
I-
If
yeah, I'm
they
aware
are
of
a
that.
citizen,
Yes, that's true.
then the Constitution applies.
Wait, no. I
Until
have to.
they-
Yeah, so also just completely wrong. I liked this because Eucharist, Professor Bunn, who's a constitutional law professor, was in the audience, and this guy's like, if they're not, only if they're a citizen does the Constitution apply. Not true. You can just look at how this works. Obviously, the Constitution applies to non-citizens. Otherwise, you'd just be able to fucking disappear a visa holder or tourist into the back of a truck and torture them to death. You can't do that. So he's like in the corner. I don't know if they'll show this, but Eucharist is in the corner, just like, no, like you're just wrong. The one principled conservative, the one principled Republican.
I have to address this. No, fine.
The
Do you think
constitutional
do you think the
protections do not-
Constitution? Do you think the Constitution only applies to citizens? Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm
Absolutely.
sorry. We have a lot of people.
Absolutely, and
We have a
there is a-
lot of
there
people
is a-
who don't know the
there
Constitution
are-
very well in this
There
country.
There are two
Some of it
centuries
does.
of case
Some
law
of
to
it doesn't.
support
Yeah,
that.
yeah, but no, it
There
actually
are two
doesn't. Try that.
centuries of case
Excuse
law
me,
to
sir. What is
support
the
that.
Fifth Amendment
I'm
to the United
sorry.
States Constitution?
No,
Tell me what
I'm
it is.
sorry.
Tell me what it is. You guys know all about the. I'll give it to anyone. Anyone out here? What's the Fifth Amendment to the United States Constitution?
Thou shalt not
What is it?
kill, right? Is that no?
Oh,
I'm
sorry. You
confusing.
get
I'm
confused with
confusing
the
it. Sorry.
you get confused with the commandments. What's the Fifth Amendment?
Ask him.
No.
Does he know?
You know what's the Fifth Amendment?
Are you're asking me?
Yeah, because you're
Yeah.
a citizen, so maybe you should know this stuff about it. If it's
Which, by the way,
important.
all the Somali
Citizenship
legal
is
not
immigrants
predicated on
absolutely know it,
memorizing
and you
the
fucking
well,
don't,
if
because
you,
they have to
if,
take
you,
a
if,
test.
if you have to become a naturalized citizen, you
But
actually
he's
have to
not
learn a lot
naturalized.
more.
He's a
I'm
native
asking
born
about that.
American
Yeah, so
citizen.
he actually probably knows less about this country than someone who gets
And
naturalized.
he's
here.
entitled
But
to
question
more of
for
the
you.
rights of an American
The
citizen than
the point that I'm bringing up here when we talk about the Fifth Amendment is the Fifth Amendment states that no person.
Yeah, exactly. The Constitution is very specific. That's how we know the Fourth Amendment applies to non-citizens because the other amendments specify citizens. Like, yeah, when it matters. So it's so stupid. Like these people are just stupid.
Shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. It does not.
We need
clarify-
voter tests. Unfortunately, I don't like that this would suppress the vote as much as I think we just need more mandatory civics classes.
Citizens. There are specific rights.
God, I am so tired. They've put makeup on me to try to hide the dark circles. I've been up for like 18 hours at this point.
That are reserved to citizens. Due process is not one of
You're
them.
right,
and
that's
it is
why
very,
those Somalis
it is
are being
very important, and
prosecuted
it is-
right now.
Yeah, and it is very important that everyone has due process because if not everyone has
These people don't know what due process is. I'm sure we'll see soon.
due process, then none of us have due process because someone can say that you're not a citizen, and if you don't have recourse to fight that in the courts, you're.
Well, hold on. That you're right that it's these Somalis have due process.
Thank you.
But the point that
Fuck, that's gonna get me like a year from now. It's not gonna get old. Joe the Nomad 132, thank you for the £5. Hey Soipo, love the videos. Keep up the good work. Sending all the love and appreciation from the UK. Thank you very much. I'm sorry that you're British. Oh, guys, they're adding voice notes. They added voice notes to YouTube replies. I'm really excited for this. I know this is a huge distraction, but watch. I'm just gonna find the first comment. This is from Leo. Here, let's see if I can show this. It's from Leo, the 14th, the Pope. He says, "OMG, yes," on my latest video. And let's leave him a little voice note. Reply. There's a little button here. I can record. Enter. Send. And it's uploaded. So now, if you go find the comment on my latest video from Leo the 14th, the Pope, that says OMG yes, there will be a little voice reply, and you can play it, and it'll say enter, and he'll have no idea what the fuck is going on.
if we don't give due process to random Somalis, none of the American citizens yes,
yeah.
we could. Why not?
Hold on.
Why couldn't
Wait,
we just
hold
say
on.
we'll
How
give
do
it to the
you-
citizens
question,
and not?
How do you know whether they're a random Somali or they are someone who has either legal protected
You
status or
verify
a
their
citizen?
identity.
Oh, cool. And how do you verify
That's
their
called
identity?
you
Hold on,
check
hold on a
their
second. Hold on.
ID card.
Check their
It
Is he in the
ID.
chat?
No,
Oh, he is in the chat. Oh, what's up, dude? Okay, well, now you do know what's going on. Okay, you're going to understand. Wait, here. Oh, here, it uploaded. Let's see. Will it play it? Enter. I love YouTube now.
Time out. You check their ID and their immigration status. Who does that?
The government.
The government. So you're trusting the government to have unchecked power and to police itself.
We trust the government to enact our due process.
Hold on.
That's
yeah,
like
how-
a trial
yeah,
process.
and that's due process. And having the government and having the courts oversee that.
Right.
What if ICE comes up
And
to
you
you,
trust
takes
the
your
government to conduct trials?
I
think you're undermining your own
I trust the
argument.
government to conduct
I'm falling
trials
asleep at this
more
point.
than
There's 2 coffees in my body, plus the energy drink before. Next time they fly me out, I'm going to ask if they can do it the night before.
trust the government to not conduct
Captain Bucket, I'm out of the loop with the enter meme. Oh, you assume that you would understand it if you watched the whole stream.
trials. Okay, if we're gonna have trial or not have
I don't know
trial,
if I follow that.
But
You
then
don't- you don't
who
follow
else
it?
is
I
then
don't
in
know.
charge? I'm not subject to the Constitution of France.
I don't know enough
would-
about
you
the
would
France.
be
I
if
don't.
you were in
time out.
France.
But
A
that's
couple
the
things.
point.
Couple things. No,
It's
wait.
about the people in
Fine.
America.
Wait,
The Constitution of America is
it
about
applies
American
to, it applies to
citizens.
people who are in America. But first off, I don't know enough about the French Constitution. Know where that's the case. But look how many American flags I have on me. I think America's better.
That's a good way to explain it. Thank you, Jouet. It's Soy Pills Chat 67. Yeah.
The lady
one of the
dog
things,
protests
one of the
too
things
much,
that,
I think.
one of
I
the
don't know
things,
about that.
one of the things that makes America better than other countries is the fact that we extend the rights of our constitutions to all individuals who reside within this country, regardless of protected status. Because that's actually what determines whether you are a citizen or have protected status. If you don't have due process, you do not have recourse to fight a government that tells you that you are somehow now not
Due
a citizen.
process did, just as a point of fact, due process did not make me or anyone in this room a citizen.
Wait,
we
I
were,
didn't
we were
say
born
that.
that way.
I didn't say that.
I thought that's
said
what you
it
said.
determines whether
In some frames, the hat is so out of place it looks like it's photoshopped on when I'm not moving. I do kind of see it because the line is right, like so thick.
you're a citizen, and there's no
Right, it
way
didn't.
for yes it does.
No.
Because if someone picks you up, if ICE picks you up off the street and says you are not a citizen, we are going to deport you, and you don't automatically have a right to contest that in court, what are they going to do?
Yeah, like I know you identify
Well,
as
you
white,
could-
Michael,
yeah.
but you could pass as some sort of
I
Southern
can.
American.
The Sicilians are a racially liminal people.
and
There's no
the
doubt
only
about
way
it.
to make sure that you are a citizen is due process, which
Yeah.
we're all entitled
Do
to,
I look
citizen
Somali?
or not. No.
No,
What?
I don't.
No,
I've
you
been
don't.
practicing my Guki Gikigaka Han Solo, but I can't. I don't have the Somali language either. Yes. next
Anyway, I'd
question.
trade that.
Oh,
guy
I didn't know Oliver did that, but he eye rolls and I just kind of like, huh. Like apparently Somalian sounds like Hutties. That was so lame.
5 Somalians. if
Can
we
I bring
could.
it back to Netflix for 1 second?
Oh, what do they say?
Entitled
Do
to
I look
citizen or
Somali?
not. No.
No,
What?
I don't.
No,
I've
you
been
don't.
practicing my Guki Gikigaka Han Solo, but I can't. I don't have the Somali language either. Yes. next
Anyway, I'd
question.
trade that guy for like 5 Somalians. If
Can
we
I bring
could.
it back to Netflix for 1 second?
Can you do what for 1
Back
second?
to Netflix for 1 second?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Bring it
cool.
back.
So I know that it's a pretty big.
Beanie and Suit is the physical manifestation of cognitive dissonance. I do like that. No, he's doing like the Oka Chuka Wookie Han Solo, like the fucking Jabba the Hutt, because Somalian sounds slightly like Hutties to people who can't understand it, I guess.
Push that Netflix is making Will gay is a win for the left, but it's odd that
Who,
the
from
only
who? Wait,
the
no.
only
Wait,
gay
Who
who's
said
character-
it's a
saying
win
this?
for the left?
Who the hell
Why
is
did they
saying,
do it?
"Oh, good, finally we have the will coming
Queer
out"? Scene"? Everyone hated that.
queer representation.
He's been
and all
gay
that.
since season 1. That's when they celebrated.
What I
Season
was going
5,
to
they're
point
like,
out,
"Wow, this
what I was
sucks."
going to point out was that the fact that the main gay character in the show is the one that has a demon inside of it.
Yeah. There's traumatized.
Oh,
by-
he tries to do the Groiper thing, like, oh, what does Netflix mean when the guy who got, like, violated by the older male character became gay? What are they trying to say? Just like during Black Panther, they were like, an ethno-state where with walls and cut itself off from the rest of the country is the most prosperous and rich and smart land? What did Marvel mean by this? And it's just like some stupid bad faith thing.
a demon for his whole life. I
Yeah,
know,
well,
yeah.
to be fair, he was gay
Fair
before
point.
the demon, and the demon didn't make him ungay, so it didn't really have an effect one way or the other.
You're right. Is this is like the Straussian reading of Netflix? That it's like a super based trad homophobic read of how you become gay. Wow, crazy.
So wait, when
You're
you said
insightful.
when you said Netflix turned Will gay, is that like an acknowledgement of how people become
Look at
gay?
that.
That's a
Look
good
how horrible my frame is. I literally have a double chin. Disgusting. I'm so disappointed in myself. Shadmore, thank you for the... God damn it. Thank you for the $1.
thing, or you're not a fan of it?
No, well, he made
No,
me
they're
rethink it.
making
I
the
thought it was
argument.
bad, but now he's making me think it might be good. That's really thoughtful. It's
Start
tough
mewing?
because I all right. Before we pick the best commenter and questioner, first we have to figure out.
I do kind of have a little body dysmorphia. Also, I'm in the middle of my bulk right now, so I've got big muscles, but I've got a little fat. I got a little fat on there, all right? So I'm going to do this until March, and then I'm going to cut, and then summer I'll be all cut and delicious. Thank you, KPD, for this $2. He's named Will because he will make your kids gay.
Who won the round? Was it the libs? Raise your blue card.
Thank you, Toasted Joe, for the $10 scoliosis back brace.
Cards. Oh man, my kind of night. Okay, all right, we got.
There we go.
What
Oh,
it?
People here.
Look, this is this is Tuck Tuck again, and this is Professor Bunn, our handsome principled Republican who has just had an aneurysm listening to a bunch of people not understand the Constitution.
People here.
Was it the red cards? All right, here we go.
I gotta start having these of my own so I can be self-congratulated on this. This is great.
Yeah.
Well, can I stack a room with people who support me and they tell me how much they love me? This is almost like a Trump rally,
Pretty
guys.
good.
This is incredible.
And
All right.
raise your card.
Oh, what's
Am
up,
I really
Natalie?
handsome. It took a minute. I was uncomfortable about that. Okay, so that's great. I won.
Might make you gay there.
Now, who was the best commenter? I'm
got
kind of torn.
The screamer. I want to hear more about
What
the
about
terrible
last
ideas that
guy?
he has.
I thought this
wanna
was
hear
it.
more
The
about
I don't know. I think Ben's attractive. He's a good-looking guy.
screamer.
Oh yeah, there we go. All right.
Was it the guy with the esoteric reading of Netflix being homophobic?
That went over their heads. I don't think they picked
The
up on
last
that one,
guy.
Michael.
No, okay. Was it the first?
God damn it. Thank you, Grant, for the $2. Like if you are Charlie Kirk. Well, now everyone's going to like the stream now. That's just because we're all Charlie Kirk. That's a way of saying like the stream.
First guy.
Is the propeller hat motorized? No, but I want one.
The thought. Whoa. But that first question was too calm and thoughtful. I can't imagine. So it was the first guy? All right. Okay, it was the first guy.
Is the screamer even still
Man, that
here?
was a total fake out for the screamer.
I don't. Is he still here?
Yeah, I kind of. All right, I want
He's just being.
That's
Well,
fine.
he's being abnormally
Screamer at
quiet.
my
Thank you, KBD, for the $2. Sing this. We are enter Kirk. We enter the enter. So stupid. This is so dumb.
vote.
So
That's fine. Okay.
I just use
so
echolocation to find where he is.
Enjoy your Redneck Riviera bourbon, please, as well as a Mayflower cigar. It is now time for round 3.
Of course, they don't pick my prompts. I prepped all that for nothing. I got on a 3 a.m.
we're
flat
coming-
for
is this
nothing.
the
Oh,
end?
you know what, guys? I want to say this. It was absolutely still worth going out here. 1, because this was a fun time. 2, I got to spend a lot of time with Adam Mockler for dinner. He's a cool guy. Should probably collab with him soon.
This is the last one. There's a lot of stakes here. Vaccines are bad.
Where's that one guy? He must have died.
No, yeah, he's done. Yeah.
He must have
All right,
died
we got
from not
one.
being vaccinated. I don't know.
Do I think the 2026 midterms would be free and fair? Absolutely not. After we just saw the Bondi or the Bondi letter trying to get like voter information as a pretense for removing ICE from Minneapolis. Like it is absolutely, they're going to do everything they can to fuck with the elections.
Gay marriage is fake. Okay. I guess we alluded to that one earlier. Trump's economic policies are awesome.
They're all feeling it. They don't want to cheer for it.
All right.
Now,
Critical Shish, thank you for $5. Funding for the motorized propeller hat. I don't think it's not about the money. I just have to find one. Wait, hold on. If I just Google this, I'm sure I could find one. Let's see. Motorized propeller hat. Self-propelling propeller hat. Propeller cap. Is there one with a motor? There's a bucket hat one. There's a beanie. Oh my god, there's a beanie one. Should have worn that on Tim Pool. All of these are just regular though. Where's the motorized one? Tiny circuits, self-propelling propeller hat. Okay, here we go. It's got a little motor in it. How much are they? Power, difficulties I encountered. Wait, is this just like a... Okay, I don't want to read your fucking cooking blog about how you made it. I want to see if you're gonna sell them. Okay, this is just a guy saying, "Oh, I made one." I don't need instructions. I know I could attach a motor to a fucking propeller. I want to buy one. Here we go. Wearable robotic propeller hat with programmable lights. Jesus Christ. Shop, buy, wear. No, don't. Oh god, why are they all blogs? Do they really just not sell these? Okay, whatever. We're going back to it.
White people were treated unfairly after the Civil Rights Act.
Yeah, white
Got
people.
a little more that
go
time.
white people, yeah.
What do we think? This is a very
Soy, I need your help. I'm talking to this girl who's learning aerospace engineering, and I need some shit to ask her about that. Can you ask her to explain compressible flow?
Enter.
Say, like, can you explain, like, Bernoulli's equations to me? I don't really understand, like, the difference between liquids that can be compressed and liquids that can't be compressed. Or ask her, like, hey, like, what actually generates lift? Is it the streamline theory where the streams going at different speeds are what's going to generate it, or is there like some sort of other mechanism? Can you explain like where does the lift actually come from? I understand that the pressure differential is happening, but like what is generating that pressure differential? Because there's actually a fun conversation there. Tariffs on motorized propeller hats imminent. Stoneworks, hey, what's up? Don't ask a politics guy about physics. Well, hey, I have a degree in aerospace engineering, so I'm a both guy, although I'm not very into it. So
Free gay show. If
I hope I'm not joking. I'm literally not joking. Like ask her like what is the mechanism that actually generates lift? Is it the like actually hold on. Let me hear. Let me write this down. Competing lift theorems. Here, I'll give you the names. Lift aerospace plane wing theorems. What are they actually called? There's the lifting line theory. Lifting line theory. What is the other one called? I forgot this. See also thin airfoil theory. Yeah, ask her to tell you about thin airfoil theory, lifting line theory, and like what is actually producing lift. She'll die. Or she'll get mad at you because she doesn't fully understand it because the professors are a little ambiguous. All right, wingman, good pun. Blaza, thank you for the $2. Asher, can I enter your airspace? Ask her, can I enter your airspace? I'm a robotics engineer. I don't know. nice try.
Dude, it's the gay marriage one.
Well, Michael talks a lot about
Gay marriage.
being
All
gay,
right.
So.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
You're
So
right in your
whose
element.
topic was that?
Which one?
Well,
The
you
okay,
changed all the topics.
You read it.
so-
Doesn't lift come from the difference in airspeed as it moves along the wing? So like yes, technically, right? But like also it's weird because the idea. Hold on, I gotta get my paint out. I think there's this like is kind of settled but also not. So you got an airfoil like a plane wing that kind of looks like this, right? And it's like the idea is like you got these streamlines of air, and they hit here. They hit the airfoil, and the idea was like, okay, the ones that go on top, let's call this V1, and the ones that go along the bottom, which is a longer length, call that V2. V1 greater than V2. Therefore, because the speed is bigger, QED, pressure 1 less than pressure 2. And then if you have a force diagram, you're going to say like, because there's more force on the bottom and there's like a lack of air here, you're going to have lift, right? But the idea is like, well, hold on. If this were true, because it's like, oh, they need to, this one on the bottom needs to go faster because this length is longer, so they have to meet up from where they started to like remain the streamlines intact, then why can a plane fly upside down? Because a plane can fly upside down. So this was kind of like, not true. And also you can have a symmetrical airfoil that doesn't have the long edge on the bottom, and it's like, okay, well, how does that work? But basically, yeah, obviously there's a preferential, right? So like if there wasn't, there wouldn't be an upward force. But I'm still not entirely sure why this air goes faster, and I can't explain it perfectly. And maybe she can.
Right, you read it. I was trying to.
Mine was exactly if God hated
It doesn't fly upside down straight without adjusting with control surfaces. Okay.
gay people, he wouldn't keep making them. Gay marriage exists, whether you like it or not.
Soypill, I'm sorry for disrupting your stream with aerophysics questions. If you want to get married, please just let me know. I'm just considering. Let me hold on. Stoneworks. You seem like a verified channel. Let's just see how much money they make, and then I'll tell you whether or not we're getting married. Stoneworks. Where's your channel, Stoneworks? How much money do you make? All right, Stoneworks. 188,000 subscribers. Very similar. Okay, we probably make. Okay, maybe if we combined our. By the way, just plugging Stoneworks here. Look at all these great, cool videos. How this cake caused Minecraft's first nuclear war crime. What a fucking video title. I gotta watch that later. Let me watch that later. All right, but yeah, maybe when you get to 1 million subs, then I could be your sugar baby.
And if you don't like it, you can leave.
Okay, so
Ooh,
very
yeah.
interesting. Those are two topics.
This dude's a gold digger. He's dead to me.
They are
So
two
which
topics.
one do you want to focus on?
We can focus more on the second one. The first one we don't. We didn't talk about.
Okay, so the topic is
The topic is the topic is that gay marriage does in fact exist, no matter how much Michael wants to pretend that it doesn't. And yeah, that if you don't like it, then I don't know, be in one of those countries that doesn't support gay marriage that you guys also seemingly don't
You mean
like.
like all of them?
Iran. I
Okay,
don't know.
yeah.
Fine. No,
All of
Iran.
them
Are you guys
forever,
fans
yeah.
of Iran, fans of the Middle
Yeah.
East? I don't know. There's not much gay marriage going on in
Okay,
those countries.
so what's the argument?
What my argument here is basically that Michael likes to do this thing where he makes a very
about me or it's about
no,
gay
it-
marriage?
Good luck,
I'm-
Peter.
well, am I responding to Michael Knowles and the arguments that Michael Knowles has made, or
I
just
don't know. Are
abstractly?
you? I don't
I'm
know.
going to do that actually. So when we're talking specifically about the arguments that Michael makes, what he likes to do is he likes to define what marriage is very specifically to involve a marriage that is, or a relationship that is ordered towards procreation and sex. I think that is a very myopic view of marriage that doesn't encapsulate.
So what did
many
you get to do? It
marriages that-
seems like the middle guy's talking. Yeah, I just kind of like let Oliver do his thing. He prepped very specifically for the topics that they picked, except I talked more during the Netflix one because I did prep for that more. But they didn't pick my topics, so I just didn't talk a lot. I just tried to make little quips.
people exist in and have happier relationships with. So what Michael's probably going to do is he'd be like, well, if it's not sex, what is it? And I'm like, well, it's a partnership. And he'll like
Why
pretend,
am I even here? I don't even need to be here.
Yeah,
Just
you don't need to
make
be here.
it
I'm going to
all-
debate for you. It's going to be great. You can just listen. So basically, my argument that I'm making here is that gay marriage exists. Michael can argue in some esoteric sense that it doesn't, because even though people have been legally
Esoteric.
recognized as being married, they in fact did. We can get into, if you want, your bullshit studies about how like it's bad for children when literally only
Where was this
2 out of
filmed?
the 200
Natalie, this was filmed in Nashville.
38 children who were studied in that actually had 2 long-term homosexual parents.
Who were
All the
studying
other
in
ones
what?
We're studying the 2012
Yeah,
Regeneron
I don't know if
study.
you can tell, but I am just spacing out and falling asleep in my head because he's doing his whole like, I memorized all these stats and he wants to fight with Michael on gay marriage, and I'm just like, I'm falling asleep.
You bring up from
Okay.
the
Where in Nashville? What do you mean? It's in Nashville. Is like downtown, I guess.
family
What about
structure
the
study.
1996 study out of Australia, the 2013 study out of
Yeah,
Canada?
I'm
or
talking
the-
about the one that you bring up most frequently. We can
I
talk about
bring
the other
up.
ones.
I bring up a dozen of them.
You
But
bring
anyway,
up
keep
this
going.
one specifically. So I'm more talking about that marriage is a complex thing and it can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And the fact that gay people want to get
Enter.
married isn't a threat to your straight marriage.
How was Nashville? It was all right. I didn't get a lot of chance to explore. Thank you, Ace. Ace for the $5. The second iteration of Abolish ICE has tempted me to become an independent voter. Dems at this point deserve President Vance. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. Again, Abolish ICE is the moderate position right now. If you look at what they are doing and how they are doing it and how corrupt and incompetent they are, you cannot reform this. There's no level of like, oh, we just need to give them more training. They should be gone. In fact, the upcoming government shutdown might be based on ICE funding, and I hope it is.
If it is, your marriage isn't that strong in the first place.
Okay,
So-
okay, I'm willing to interject in this debate you're having with me
Yeah.
through you.
Yeah.
It's true that kids don't do well with same-sex parents,
not.
but
Okay.
but that's actually secondary to your point, which is
Enter.
gay marriage exists.
Thank you, Icarus Paints, again for the $10. By the way, I'm late to this, but Tinfoil Freak and I have no real beef. Usually, we're siblings. Oh, you are the sibling of Tinfoil Freak. Okay, I was so confused, but I'm happy that you love your family and you apparently have family spats, not at Thanksgiving, but by throwing money at me. Thank you. I appreciate both of you. Tell your parents that they need to cut off the credit card access to both of you.
It
does.
And I guess my argument is gay marriage doesn't really exist in the way that a square circle doesn't really exist. A lawmaker could come out and say, I pass the square circle law. And a judge could come out and say, we defend protections for square circles. But nevertheless, square circles would not exist. And so it seems to me it is intrinsic to the nature of marriage that it's a union between a man and a woman ordered toward the procreation and education of children. My evidence for this
I guess in our guy's defense, who came up with the 2010s, like 2006 argument, why do you care? When Michael Knowles breaks out the 2006 conservative argument, like marriage is specifically for procreation, man and woman, I guess you can hit him with the 2006 argument.
that is what distinguishes marriage from other kinds of relationships, friends, siblings, roommates, all the rest, coworkers. But furthermore, some of my evidence is that is how marriage,
Take
the
a gay little
word
sip.
matrimony
Why don't
comes
you,
from
soy
the
pill?
Latin word mater, which means mother, so it's facially absurd for two men to be in a matrimony.
Exactly, Carl Lives. I mean, there's a million like, oh, what about infertile couples? What about couples that don't want to have kids? Like, what about? It's stupid. Also, like, what about polyamorous? What about Elon Musk? Like, in their ideal world, Elon Musk, who should never get married, who will never get like long-term married, is perfect. He's just making a bunch of babies and just dumping money at them. So we look good and pretty and remain wit the Knowles. Are you making puns out of the dead people's names?
There's no lady there. But then my historical evidence would be
Yeah, when he goes on a homophobic rant, I'm just going to stare out into the void. I just fucking space out.
throughout all of human history, every single place in the entire world, marriage has always meant the union of a man and a woman for these purposes. And that only began to change in 2001 in the Netherlands, and then 14 years later in the United States.
Great protest today in front of the ice building in Sacramento. Anything good down in the Bay? I did not go to any ice protests. Sorry, but there is an ice facility real close to me near Alameda. I should probably go and film them.
And I think they probably just got it wrong. It seems to me that if
we make our own money, no
marriage
worries.
does
Well, I'm
not
happy you're
mean
independent.
what we have always understood everywhere across religions, across cultures, if we don't understand what it means, then
This is
marriage
fun to
just
watch as an
loses its
Iranian. Oh my
meaning. It
god.
is no
Hey,
different
Iranian
from a
Supreme Leader, I don't usually call out specific peoples in chats, but I hope you're okay. I hope everyone in chat is okay, but specifically with everything happening, I hope you're okay too. And also Minnesotans, and wow, the world's just fucked up. All right, I guess everyone in chat.
dating relationship or I don't know, a business partnership or any other kind of relationship. So you don't end up expanding marriage, you abolish marriage altogether.
Well, I want to respond to that in multiple ways. One, so you're focused a lot on this idea that it's ordered towards the procreation of children. And this idea, I'm sure, if we're talking specifically, let's say that a couple decides that they never want to have children. Let's
Hey,
say
half Persian, Silo Muris, I hope you're okay too.
they even both get a hysterectomy, or not both get a hysterectomy.
Well, that would be a little weird.
If they become infertile, if they both become infertile or have those procedures done and they get married, would you support that marriage even existing? Because it can't be procreative. It literally can't ever. It's still between a man and a woman, but it removes that aspect. Are you just against that type of marriage?
I suppose, I mean, if a couple merely suffers infertility, that obviously would not contradict the definition of marriage as being ordered toward procreation and the education of children. But if a couple goes in, they say, we're going to get married, but we never want to have children. We both want to get hysterectomies or whatever. And so we don't want that. I would say very, very...
Why are you debating this man when you could physically overpower him? Is this just a Futurama reference? I don't understand. Why does Soy Pill, the larger debater, not simply eat Michael Knowles?
Level that is contrary to the nature of marriage.
So
but because
can they get married?
What do you Stoneworks, I see your comments highlighted because you have a bunch of subscribers. Why do you stay so what do you do to stay so civil against people arguing such a viciously different worldview? I don't know if this is like an autism thing, but like in my head, like I'm playing out like who's gonna say what and what everyone's position is, and it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, Michael is not a grifter, he is conservative and maybe he has internalized homophobia, but like when you say awful things to me, or like a good example of this is like the Soy Pill versus the World, and Lav comes on stream and she's like, oh, fucking something about racism and oh, fucking kill the Jews, whatever. And like most people who live in civil society are going to be like, oh, oh my God. Like, and you don't say civil and you get all mad. But like, I'm just so used to it. And you got to read between the lines. And it's like, what's your intent? Your intent's to piss me off. But are you actually causing me material harm? Yeah, sure. I hate the views you advocate for. And I'm going to get uncivil when people start like actually materially harming the people I care about. But like the words don't matter. Like if a guy calls me the K slur and I'm Jewish, like I'll start getting mad when it's like, oh, this guy's like really trying to kill me or something. But otherwise I'm just like, I just don't like, you're just lame. It's just like disappointing. I've heard all the slurs. I don't know. I guess that's how you say civil. You just like read between the lines, know what their intent is, and like really try to see what's going on. And if they're really trying to hurt people you care about, like, I don't know, like, you fight back, but it's so much easier to like humiliate people who don't have any like bite behind that. And if they do have the bite, then it's like, well, I got a lot more to worry about than their words. I guess that's kind of what I'm getting at. It depends on the situation though. The K slur, is that Kirk?
Logical.
I'm happy to.
He is making an ontological argument.
Yeah, I am touching on ontology because it's about what it really is.
You should explain it. Okay.
But how do you do that though? Like, how are you going to make an ontological argument about marriage if how we define marriage naturally in all these societies is how we come to a union with people and they make an agreement?
Well, that's
like,
not how
do you go beyond that?
Well, with ontology, I guess. I was speaking about natures. So the question, you're using a very fancy word, ontological, meaning pertaining to the nature of being or what it really is. And I suppose the disagreement here is many people who support so-called same-sex marriage think that words can mean whatever we say they mean, kind of like Humpty Dumpty and Alice in Wonderland.
Work, Michael. They evolve over time. You're like, words can mean whatever you want them to mean. They kind of
can't mean whatever you say they mean.
Well, sure, they can evolve.
Is the distinction for marriage just if you intend to have kids? So like, no? What is that?
So to answer your earlier question, which is a very good question, if a couple goes in and they say, we don't want children, or we don't think we want children, or whatever, as a matter of the civil law, which has to be a little bit broader than the purest form of ontology, say.
Yeah, it's like, first of all, there's no such thing as like pair bond. I mean, well, actually, I think some animals do pair bond, but like, if you want to have a pair bonding like license, like, I guess, but like, what's the point? The whole point is, what does marriage mean? It's the state recognizing your forever pact, which doesn't actually mean that, because you could have an open marriage, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like, it's literally just we want to incentivize things like having a stable parent, or procreation, or any of these things, and the state can do all of this by calling it marriage or not, whatever, it doesn't matter. The name's Bond, pair bond, which is ironic because he just fucks all sorts of women and has never been married. Did you get married in one of the James Bond? I don't know.
I would say, yeah, that's fine, because the union of a man and a woman in itself is ordered toward the procreation, because they can bump uglies, and that's, birds do it, bees do it. So
Stoneworks, the fact that the right's edgy rhetoric is so predictable and disappointing is a good point. Yeah, it's like, I've heard it all before. It's just lame. But yeah, true.
I would err on the side of grace there. When we're talking about things of different natures, when we're talking about...
Blaze, I use Reaper.
Not just, a liberal man and woman who want to go to brunch more often, but like two fellas or two ladies or three guys and a billy goat. That is fundamental.
Look how he slips that in. I forgot about that. Where it's like, oh, how do I talk about gay people? Two men, two women, three dudes fucking a goat. It's like, you really slipped that bestiality thing in there like it was at all the same, you little piece of shit.
Err on the side of grace there. When we're talking about things of different natures, when we're talking about not just, a liberal man and woman who want to go to brunch more often.
I'm sorry, what the fuck is happening? Stoneworks. We'll have to see how Syria plays out. Syrian president. Yes. Just, what is going on in chat?
But like two fellas or two ladies or three guys and a billy goat, that is fundamentally different. And I think that stretches the definition of marriage beyond any coherence.
What about like the president having 3 different marriages and cheating on his wife? Is that like a more valid marriage than 2 guys who have never cheated on each other and have 2 adopted wonderful children?
Yeah, well, I'm certainly opposed to divorce. I think divorce is bad. I think it's bad that we liberalize.
You're against, like, just I'm going to make it very clear. You're against no fault divorce, right? You're not against all forms of divorce?
Well, I actually don't really believe in divorce because I'm a Catholic. But
why
as a civil matter, I guess we have to have
He's going to play like dodgy here because he can't defend the president's behavior, which is really funny. So have I ever had a aerospace job? Yeah, I have. I worked in a flying car company for 2 years, and then I became a software engineer, and then I quit my job, and it's been almost a year since I quit my job full-time to do this, and it's going really well, and it's because of you guys. Just the growth has been amazing, guys. I mean, the numbers are up. I would chat for like 10 to 50 in my original streams. I think I have like hundreds in here now. This is like way more than usual, probably because the ice thing is pissing people off. But nevertheless, like, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you.
It's true. Why do Republicans keep getting divorced?
Why
don't
fucking goddamn it. Shadmore, thank you for the $5. My donation was supposed to have a comment under it. Thank you for convincing me to leave the conservative moment or movement. I hope I've been a libtard for 2 years. Wow. I hope you're not lying, because that's awesome, dude. Like, Shadmore, thank you. I appreciate you being open. I'm glad that you have changed your ways. We love someone who can see their mistakes, and that's awesome. I'm setting myself up for the ironic super chat that comes in and being like, haha, just kidding, libtard or some shit. So
every Republican keep getting divorced, like Steven Crowder, like Donald Trump. Like, why do they keep doing it?
Very sad. I mean, look, the divorce rates have risen in recent decades because of the law, largely. So it's
it's hard to take your marriage position seriously when your entire party says, "Oh, that's not valid marriage." When I see tons of happy gay couples, you guys can't seem to hold down a wife. I mean, I'll give you like 5-10 years. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
For now, you're only 35. I mean,
yeah, it's true. I'm Catholic. The only way she gets rid of me is if she puts the pillow over my head at night. Okay, it's time to get to the audience question.
All right, here's a fun one. So I actually just got married 3-ish weeks ago.
Hey, all right.
Wait, Michael. He didn't say if it was gay or not.
He didn't say it was
I know.
gay or
I've got to
not.
clarify for our friends.
You sure?
Did you get married to a lady or
a beautiful lady?
Now
blonde.
we're talking. All right.
A real.
Please get that woman a pillow.
I'm gonna have to see the chromosome chart on that one.
I'm not a fan.
So here's the fun one. Here's the fun one. Ready? My identical twin brother is as gay as the day is long.
Wow, see? That's what I was just talking about.
So we actually got in a debate the other day after we got married, because I met my wife in March. I saw her and went, wife, we dated long distance from Nashville to LA. I got her to move here.
Let's go.
And we got married real quick. And so we did start debating. And I straight up said the difference between...
Thank you, Critical Shish. I love Soy Pill streams. Have $2 more. Thank you very much.
straight marriage and gay marriage is straight
I'm never
marriage.
expecting it because it's like the oh yeah is like I set that up and like it made sense. It's like oh it's a funny macho man reference. So the enter just kills me. It's fucking so stupid.
Is like actually a marriage versus gay marriage is more of a legal definition because there was a lot of gay couples who just wanted the benefit.
Wait, did I miss something? In March? That's crazy. What's crazy? What's happening in March? Hold on. Did you say you got married in March? Or like they met in March and they got married just a week ago?
The difference between straight marriage and gay marriage is straight marriage.
Let's go.
And we got married real quick. Is as gay as the day is long.
Wow, see, that's what I was just talking about.
So we actually got in a debate the other day after we got married because I met my wife in March.
What the fuck? That is crazy. What the hell? Hold on. What is that? March and we filmed this? That's like getting married after 10 months. Jesus Christ, guys. Conservatives are wild.
I saw her and went, wife. We dated long distance from Nashville to LA.
They weren't even in person. They dated long distance and then got married. Jesus.
I got her to move here.
Let's go.
And we got married real quick. And so we did start debating. And I straight up said the difference
They are
between
already divorced? Yeah, this was filmed a week and a half ago and they're already divorced.
straight marriage and gay marriage is straight marriage is like actually a marriage versus gay marriage is more of a legal definition because there was a lot of gay couples who just wanted the benefits that the government was giving them.
Yeah.
But the difference is like Christians and religious folk believe that marriage is a thing ordained by their God, whoever's God they follow.
The real
And
one, in my case.
Well, yeah, exactly.
if you
I'm
want to
sure.
like define it that way.
Yeah, it's like,
If you
sorry,
if you want to have like your special like, well, mine's the real one, and that makes you feel better, like that's fine. Just don't ask us to pretend like the gay people aren't married. Like,
Yeah, well, no, the reason I say God exists is because it's true and knowable by human reason.
give us
Yeah, religious people are so cringe. No offense to all the religious people in my chat, but like the most religious people I'll respect are the ones who are like, I don't know, and I have faith that it happens, but what makes me feel good? Just end there, all right? You try to prove me wrong, like you just got nothing, all right?
Say it again.
give a source.
I do actually. Aquinas is 5 ways.
Aquinas. We're talking about
Human nature.
Aquinas?
You know,
If I say enter, it's like it's like reading my message.
Hold on.
nature which
in my
cries
whole
out.
opinion-
in the
No, did
creator.
you guys
Anyway,
know,
sorry, we
you guys know
interrupted you.
Aquinas
Yeah.
thought that rape was not as bad as masturbation? You know that's true. That because if you didn't
know,
know this
like-
actually, no, I'm going to finish this point because he's a Catholic. He got some crazy things he has to defend if he's going to be a Catholic here. If we're talking specifically about Aquinas,
Look at
he
my
said
gay little sips. Look at those.
that rape in circumstances is not as bad as masturbation because rape actually can be a procreative act if it's between a man and a woman. Masturbation is always a mortal sin. So
Why,
I'm just curious,
why
Michael,
did he say that?
because it's not ordered towards reproduction.
No, because
Because
it's contrary
Well,
to nature.
It's contrary to nature, and rape
Yeah.
isn't contrary to nature.
only
So when
read a
you
little
base
bit
it
of
off natural
Aquinas.
law, you end up
Yeah.
defending things as rape being
I would
worse
say
than
a little learning is a
masturbation.
dangerous
So I just wanna
thing.
say-
Drink deep or taste
The gay
nothing.
little sip looking mewing? No, mewing isn't this. Mewing is like you stick the tongue on the roof of your mouth and you like kind of suck in a little bit. You're like,
Fury in spring. You know,
I
Plato
was just
said.
going to say that.
Plato,
pursing
Plato
my
said that
lips gives me
seduction was worse
mouth
than rape.
wrinkles.
Yeah,
For-
that's
for
probably
these
not
You
same-
sound like an old Chinese grandma that's like, never smile, you will get crow's feet. It's like, sorry, I'm happy.
kinds of reasons because
Do you agree with
Yeah,
that?
but the damage-
I should get the straw the goggle straw with that.
Sound
we don't
wait,
worship
I don't
Plato, but you're
defend
a
that.
Catholic,
Do you agree
yeah.
with that?
Oh, he makes a very good point.
You agree
Because
with, so
he-
you agree that seduction is worse than rape?
Well, the way
No, it's a yes or no
he
question.
doesn't want to.
This is really good.
Yeah,
like
let's
just
probably
like all the contradictions in Catholicism, and Michael's like, oh, I can't stay on this point because it makes me look really fucking stupid.
all kinds of reasons because
Do you agree with
Yeah,
that?
but the difference is
Sound like
we don't worship
I don't
Plato, but you're
defend
a
that.
Catholic.
Do you agree
yeah.
with that?
oh, he makes a very good point.
You agree
Because
with, so
he-
you agree that seduction is worse than rape?
Well, the way
No, it's a yes or no
He
question.
doesn't want to let me
Michael.
finish.
It's actually
and
it's kind of a
here we
yes
go.
or no
Here's
question.
Just, it's really simple thing. Like,
Does not want to address it. Clearly, subbed to your channel 4 days ago, and I hit 225 on the bench, 405 on the squat. Fuck yeah.
like, is marriage from between a man and woman the same thing as man and man?
What do you mean same? I mean, no, it's a man and a woman
so
and a man
it's
and a man.
not, so it's different. Therefore,
Michael, clear. See, it's different. You acknowledge that men getting married is not the same as a woman and a man getting married. I did it.
Thank
they
you.
should be separate.
You just
Wait,
said it's
fine.
not the
Wait,
same
wait,
because
wait,
it's
hold on.
different.
Come again?
They can be separate in whatever religious sense you want. No one's claiming
No, but he's
that you
asking,
have to
are they
believe.
the same? So
But, like,
it is
are
a
they the
very good
same?
Of
question.
course they're not the same. The same way I'm not
there
the
you go,
same
then
as
it's not-
him, and I'm not the same
Well,
as you,
no,
and
the-
neither
the-
two marriages the same.
Okay, let me
Correct,
explain
but
because
the-
you're bringing up
Michael is a cultural Catholic. He's only Catholic because it's based in conservative. I think he might actually believe it, but I'm not sure. mean, he's not like Milo Yiannopoulos or fucking Dilbert. What's it? Scott Adams converting at the last second.
Thomas Aquinas, and we're talking about Plato. Let me go back to Aristotle's law of non-contradiction. If we say that man plus woman equals X, and then
does he know that Catholics should be humble?
Sex, actually.
No, Kendrick Lamar didn't teach
it
him
also
that.
equals sex. If we're saying that that means one thing, right? And then we say that man plus man does not equal X because they're not the same.
Thank you, Pondy Gator, for the $5. So, does the dono go to you, or does YouTube steal it? They steal a much larger percentage. If you guys really want to give me money, super chats are a good way to get your name on the screen and to give me money directly while I'm streaming. But Patreon is obviously, I get a bigger cut. So please, if you are wanting to donate, do Patreon. If you want a funny enter sound, do YouTube. Either way, it's money out of your pocket to me for the most part, and I really appreciate you.
Same thing.
Yeah, I've taken logic before. I understand where you're going with this.
Then what do I say?
The point that I would get on it.
Yeah, but the thing that is this plus this is straight. That's
you
the
just
difference.
accepted the premise. You just said it's not
hold
the
on.
same.
I reject the premise that marriage is inherently between a man and a woman. Therefore, what I would reject is man plus woman in a procreative union.
So then what's
towards that marriage. Here's the thing that Michael's going to do here is he's going to, because I can't. Hold on. Let me make it very clear. I'm gonna give you. I think a marriage is a partnership between two people that is focused on living together in
He's doing his like he recited and prepared for this, and it kind of works, but it also makes him look like he is try-harding, which he was, and that's fair. Look, he's doing it for his friend, right? I think he wanted to impress her, and I appreciate that. I respect it. I respect the hustle. Soy, when will Charlie Kirk be on the show? He hasn't responded to my texts.
Communion and harmony and believing in that. What Michael's going to do is what makes that different than two guys or two brothers living with each other. And
Good question, Michael.
Good question. The problem here's the problem that he does.
I
is
think that was a
marriage and
funny
lot
joke
of
from
things
Michael.
Are a little bit hard to define, and there's a lot of like.
It's not that
but
hard
it
for me
is-
to define.
it actually is,
It's not
Michael.
hard
It's
to
the same way
define.
if I say what is love, Michael. Define love to me.
Love is the willing of the good of the other for his own sake.
Okay, so if I hold
Thomas
on,
Aquinas, by the way.
Okay, so yeah. So then if I do, I inherently do that if I will to the good of someone else. I will for the good for others for their own sake all the time, even if
Yeah,
I don't
that's
like
love.
them at all. You
That's
think it's
love.
love?
Yeah.
I really want other people to do well, even if I really hate them.
Yeah,
even if they're
that's
terrible people.
charitable and loving.
You-
Look, I gave a quarter to a homeless guy. I don't love him.
I don't,
Like,
yeah.
It was
Okay,
just
well,
kind of like,
I
hey
willed
man,
it
get
to
out
him
of
for
my
his own
face.
sake.
You know,
It's a
like,
good act,
I will-
but not with the right intent.
Well,
by your definition, it's love.
I willed it to him for his own sake. Here you go. I want you to do well. Here you go. I'm giving you a.
Yeah, that's
Would you
loving.
say you love it? So
You're a
I
very
love
loving
it.
person.
And is that?
I can tell.
But there's a different type
Was this just a bisexually lit bar? I'm sure there were some bisexual people in the bar.
of love than marriage, and it might be a more gradient spectrum.
Thoughts on slowing down these debates for time to narrow down points? Imagine taking more than 2 hours to get through the hour debate. If you guys had specific questions, for example, if we were to watch this discussion, a debate, and someone had a very thoughtful comment or question like, hey, I noticed that Michael made this point. How do you address that? I would spend some time to talk about it. But instead, we got enter. So we didn't talk about it.
No,
trying to
no,
make here-
love within
the point
marriage
of-
is also willing the good of the
point I'm
other
trying to
for
make here,
his or her
Michael,
own
is
sake.
that there's a lot of ambiguity surrounding a lot of these topics. And what Michael likes to do
There's
is he
not.
likes
I
to,
just
hold on,
answered it
he
very
likes to
succinctly.
throw the
I don't-
lifeline
it's
to
not
you.
ambiguous at all.
Marriage is this, rah. And I'm like, well, maybe it's a little more complicated than that. Your audience goes, no, it's not.
though. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not.
and I think that's the exact point that I'm trying to make here is that there is fuzziness around the edges, and people who want to reject the nuances and people who exist in society differently than you, it doesn't mean that they're wrong. They might just live a different
Okay,
lifestyle than you. And if you can't get over that, maybe you should go live in a country.
I do want to talk about a debate tactic here, and like Oliver's very much in Jubilee mode and clip farm mode, which I understand. I think when you're talking to like these sorts of neocons, not like the Groypers, not like the super far right, not the hateful MAGA, not the like mass deportations, but just like the generic kind of like right of center right people, acting calm and just kind of asking questions, I feel I've found is very effective, and not to like gaslight them, but genuinely like the sort of questions that even our 2006 buddy guy asked, where it's like what's your problem with like if I like or you tell the anecdote. I talked about this in the How to Talk to Trump Supporters. It's like, I've got a gay friend and he's getting married next month, and he wants the tax breaks and he wants to be forever committed to his husband. They want to adopt a kid and have a loving, supportive family. Like, I just don't see a problem with this. Like, what's the issue? Like, why shouldn't this happen? Like, this sort of like questioning and just kind of like staying calm and reasonable really does work with the more reasonable right-wingers, because usually it is an ignorance and not a hate thing. It's just like they truly have never experienced having a gay friend, a trans friend, an immigrant friend. And that's why at some of these rallies, I'll be like, hey, like, what would you say to me if I was an illegal immigrant? Like, just asking that just asking that is like almost enough to diffuse like they're like if they're like, God, I just want to kill them all, and they're like, well, okay, well, let's role play, like let's pretend I'm an illegal, like what would you say to me? And it's like, oh hey, like I think you did it the wrong way, and I'd be like, oh well, you know, it wasn't really my choice, like I came over when I was 6 months, and you can kind of like reason some of these people into like being a little more empathetic. Does it stick? I don't know, but I do find it actually useful. Thank you for checking being here, Stoneworks, for the $2. Good night, mad respect for your content. Thank you, and I'm gonna watch your Minecraft nuke video. That sounds fun.
Gay marriage doesn't exist. Pick your favorite Middle
Soy's debate tactic: be their gay friend. Unironically, yeah.
country that
You mean
claim to
all
hate.
of them before
Sure, fine, go for
2001?
it.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. So why don't you leave them?
All of them ever?
Sure.
Okay.
So then you can go to one of those countries.
I love.
Is there another reason Knowles could be pushing so hard to delegitimize gay marriage other than internalized homophobia, grifting, and money? Because a bunch of gay people don't, Republicans don't like gay marriage and want to hear that repeated.
Oliver. And
Oh, you do?
Yes,
You can't reason with Michael Knowles. Yeah, of course not. But you can make him look stupid if you just kind of are like, well, what's the problem?
Hold on, careful,
you're
Michael.
good.
If you love him
Will,
so
you're
much,
good
why don't
for
you
your own
marry
sake.
him?
You love
Soypill can give me a 0% interest loan. I'm not a bank. I can't give a loan. And as a Jew, I'm not allowed to do usury or whatever. No, if you're talking about a hateriska, this is really funny. I learned about a hateriska not from Jews as a Jew. I learned about it from racist anti-Semites. A hateriska is a loan that Jews can get from a bank if it's approved from like certain Jewish banks. That's 0% interest, and you think, oh, the Jews, they have special privileges in society that we can't get. But this isn't true. Basically, a dumb religious thing where just like all the other dumb Orthodox things where it's like, oh, you can't work on the Sabbath, so all the light switches have to be sliding so you don't do work, and the elevator doesn't stop because if you press the buttons, you're doing work. Like, it's fucking stupid. There's the law is that you can't give an interest loan. But what you can do is do a hateriska, and the way this works is, well, I'm not charging you interest. I'm not saying you need to give me 5% of this loan. I'm saying you give me 5% of the profits, or whatever equivalent of the profit would equal 5% of the interest. So, like, it ends up being the exact same thing, but you found a stupid workaround because of your dumb religion.
I'm going to stop you from embarrassing yourself in this explanation.
Oh, I'm sure.
Do we have any more questions? No.
That's
okay,
it.
we got a poll. Who won that round? Was it?
I'm mad that it's censored the Jews. I see that comment is not in my little thing here.
Liberal friends, raise the
Bradley, a hateriska, the soaking of banking. That's really funny.
blue flag. Okay, we got a few. Okay.
All right, now if you were scammed by Trump coin, raise the red
yeah,
flag.
there we go.
Yeah.
No one was. That's why no flag would go up. If you think that I won that round, raise the red flag.
I'm not a practicing Jew. I'm a Jew in name only. Only so I can be more anti-Semitic. Yeah, the audience votes is stupid because they're just there to see Michael Knowles.
All right, there we go.
A lot of people who got
Marriage is coming back, baby.
A lot of people.
You actually see it in
Hateriska, is that spelled right? It is spelled. Look at this. I'm doing anti-Semitic opera research. Hateriska. I think it's 2 words. It's Heter space Iska. It translates into business permit.
public opinion polls, actually, supportive gay marriage is going down. But
It's
that's
like
a
a
topic for
church
another
Sure, it
swing,
does. Yeah.
Okay, now we got to pick the VIP. I think it's an obvious
There
answer,
you go.
right?
Yeah. Were there any other
That
questions?
man, a lot of bourbon.
There's only one
The
question.
guy with the gay
You
brother.
just, hey, you just
Wait,
got
yeah,
married.
guys,
Is
real quick. Just to make it fair, all right? Just to make it fair. We got to make it fair. Guys, who won the debate? Was it... Oh, I got to start a new poll. Who won? Me, the soy pill? Or was it Michael, no less...
Is your wife pregnant yet?
Unfortunately, no,
Not
because we
yet.
want to spend some time before we have kids.
Oh, forget about that. Hey, get
What
her
I
up
said.
here and give her some of that beautiful Redneck Riviera bourbon, and let's get things moving. That's great. Okay, in my opinion,
It was Enter.
nobody wins a bar fight. They're only losers. So the question now, forget about
You fool, you broke containment. Oh yeah, who won this? Enter got 52% of the vote, then New Thing, then Side Thing, then Old Thing.
red and blue. We're going individual people. Who lost tonight and who is going to have to buy
Thank you, El
the
Masri.
round? Is it the soy pill? Oh, no.
Okay, so interestingly enough, clearly I win insofar as a bunch of people didn't hate me. Oliver got all of the aggro. He's the aggro tank, and I'm the magic caster in the background. Another shot of the two reasonable people in the audience, and then our third guy over here.
Can sense what's about to happen.
They don't like me. Here we go. Bring it on.
Is it the man who debated with multiple personalities at the same time, Oliver?
Here we go. There we go.
that guy.
Is
There's
it
a badge of honor.
one of his personalities, me? No, okay, all right. Wonderful. All right,
Even
Oliver,
Professor
you
Bond
got it,
is like,
buddy.
yeah, fuck that
Thank
guy.
you very much. Wonderful to see everybody. We'll see you all on the next bar fight.
All right. Well, that was bar fight. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll post these separately, our discussion about the ice thing and this commentary. I gotta go now and do some stuff. Updates for you guys, reading and researching and making sure I have a good script for you for the Epstein vid, which I do want to release soon, but is taking me forever. Sorry, I have writer's block. Live and Learn tomorrow. We're having Non-Fawn on as a guest, and then the week after Vadim, so that Hutch can live the fuck out and rage. I'm doing a stream for Wick on Thursday. Maybe if something newsworthy happens, we'll do another news. Otherwise, fuck, god damn it. I almost got it uninterrupted. Richard Parker, thank you for the $10. Soy, love your vids. Want to ask you about the Groypers. I'm Gen Z and I'm concerned about the rise of fascism. How do we engage with them? I mean, most of them are like super bad faith. I think mocking them works really well because they're super cringe and they're always just so like just not the epitome of the white race. But it's weird to say like just ignore them, but like you just need like really easy like answers to like, what do you do about race science? And you'd be like, okay, one, it's like just not true, but if it was true, I don't think that we should like deport people that had lower IQs. I think we should have a society that lifts everyone up, and you don't have good answers to this, fuck off. But yeah, most of the time just like not humoring them. Yeah, anyway, video coming soon. Stream tomorrow, Live and Learn, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Wick panel Thursday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I love you all. This has been like one of the biggest streams. I hate that every time this happens, and I thank you guys. It's half because of support and love, but also because something awful has happened. It sucks to have that like good feeling be in contrast with the fact that half the reason people are here is because it's some fucked up thing happening to our country. Don't stop resisting, guys. Resist libs are 100% vindicated. Thank you, KPD, for the $2. Soy, you keep putting off releasing the Epstein stuff. I'm not releasing the Epstein stuff because I'm in the Epstein files. It's because I want to make a quality video, and if it was quantity over quality, I would do the I just react to news and talk to you format, and I'd make $1 million a fucking year. Look, I've seen like, again, not to shit talk the people that do this because someone needs to do it, but like the Luke Beasley, the Adam Mockler, the Josiah, they're all good at what they do, and it's quality to get your news and have good commentary. I just don't like the format. I don't want to do it, but holy fuck, does it pay? And the question is, if there was $1 million on the floor outside, would you go pick it up? And the answer is, I guess not, because I want to make what I make. Address me out of spite for Econoboy. All right, natural phenomenon. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate y'all being here.